Very Merry Christmas to all of you all in Broncos country. We are here. We are live. It is Christmas where the Denver Broncos sweep the Kansas City Chiefs in a game that is going to feel so good. Christmas came early for your Denver Broncos as we clinched the playoffs way before anyone thought we would, but it's also going to run super late, and we're doing it all right here together. Welcome to Sports Talk Denver. I'm Ben, diehard Denver Broncos fan. Pumped to be with you. We know Broncos won the entire month of October, the entire month of November, and they've lost one game in December, but they're going to end up finishing December strong with a win, catapulting us into the playoffs. Deep run. We'll do a roll call here. Hope you all just had the merriest Christmas ever. We did. We'll talk a lot about that here. Let me know who's here. Roll call here and where you're watching from. Let me know. It is. I grew up in Denver, Colorado, actually in Thornton. And then during COVID, we moved out to Michigan. So I have the luxury for these late games that, my kids are all in bed. So that means we get a ride together. My son, J-Man, is going to be popping in at some point during the game, so he'll be watching with us. But who's in the building? Smash that like button when you get here. If you think the Broncos are winning the AFC West, smash that like button hard. Let's hit it hard for sure. We'll be keeping tabs of this entire game, maybe talking a little bit about the Detroit Lions end. That's kind of crazy. Does give you a little bit of pause going into this game, just knowing Detroit Lions had zero reason to lose that game and somehow lost to a very backup quarterback. And so the Broncos absolutely have to put their foot on the gas here. Sean Payton talked about the team who's up Thursday night at halftime wins 80% of the game. So Broncos need to go up quick, get out of this game, not being injured. We're going to talk about injuries here in a second, but let's see who's all in the building. Mr. Fantov. Oh my goodness. I'm so ready. The mod father himself is in the building. Let's get this dub. Mr. Fantov is a big fan of this Ben fella. I'm a big fan of you too, man. We got K-Man 69. What up, Ben? Watching from Colorado Springs. Recognize John Pope for sure. From Reno, Nevada. And here we go. And we got the woman, the myth, the legend herself, Sharon in the house for sure. Lake Texmate, Texas, Oklahoma border. Ooh, nice. From Aurora. Once a Broncos fan, all the time a Broncos fan. Hastings, Nebraska. I consider that Nebraska Broncos country for sure. Ooh, I'd love to hear everybody's Christmas haul if you got any Broncos stuff. You will notice that the only good thing for the Broncos losing to that Jaguars team last week is that I had a superstition going into the game. The Broncos had not lost a game when I wore that blue number 10 jersey that I ordered before the season started. I wore it on our first live stream together, but it was actually a Jerry Jeudy jersey because my Knicks one hadn't come in yet. And so I was just like, well, they're only going to see the front. And then once my real Knicks comes in, I'll switch. Well, I'd been wearing a Jerry Jeudy number 10 jersey during every live stream. And I just didn't stop because it was superstition. So now Broncos are wearing their all white. So I will be wearing my all white as well tonight. Bo Nix jersey for Christmas. I bet there were a lot of Bo Nix jerseys. I think not only is Bo going to be the most popular name for boys born in Colorado 9 months after the Super Bowl, science, just trust the science, but it's also going to be, I bet, one of the top selling jerseys of this Christmas season for sure. Custom throwback Broncos jersey with your name on it. That's sick, man. Very cool. I have one of those as well. Summit hat from Santa and the man himself. Speaking of Bo Nix jerseys, nobody wears it better than our main man, Jay. Ooh, yes. Sharon got the merch and sent me a pic, and it looks fire. So pretty cool stuff here. Ooh, nice. I actually have the Denver Post from the very first Denver Broncos Super Bowl victory as well. Actually, that I was born in Denver, and then we ended up moving to Arizona for a couple of years. And so the year we moved back to Colorado was that 97-98 Super Bowl run. And I kept the front page of the Denver Post after every week that year. So pretty cool stuff. Hey, back to the kicks. You're supposed to be in the closet, bro. What you haven't said anything about it. You're usually watching in the closet. Are you going to watch the whole game? Probably not. It's late. It's already 8:15 here. And we were up open and present super early, but we'll go. All right, so a couple of storylines going into this. Obviously, they're hyping up really big. This is Travis Kelce's last home game, and so the Broncos need to do everything in their power to not let him get going. I also think it'll be a good test going into the playoffs that the Broncos have struggled with tight ends. Broke that down in a video a couple days ago. So it's super important that we figure out how to lock down tight ends early in this game, and especially because they're going to be force feeding Travis Kelce. Then we also got some like surprising and very, very unfortunate injury news that we'll take a look at here really quick. So this is kind of wild that this happened without anyone really knowing about it. So I'll switch to this view of it that Broncos continuity on the offensive line had been just a huge part of our winning streak over these past couple seasons, that we've kept our offensive line throughout everything. So Ben Powers going down early in the season, that sucked, but Paltrow stepped in. Well, now we just put Luke Wattenberg on the injured reserve, which means he's out for at least the next 4 weeks. And so I guess the silver lining to this is that there was a center competition, even going into training camp, that people wanted it to be Forsyth. So hopefully he can step up, but yeah, that's never good. And then obviously we're missing Dre Greenlaw, missing Pat Bryant as well. And I think those are the biggest ones that we have. So let's dive in. We have had the kickoff and then I hijacked one of my daughter's toys that'll make an appearance tonight. So every Bo Nix touchdown, she got this cool little goat that does this. And we already know Bo Nix is going to be the goat. Ooh, Everett and Emma say, Merry Christmas, Uncle Ben. Go Broncos. All right, there's my sister in the house. All right, official predictions here. We got a 31-13 game, 7 sacks, and a defensive score. All right, here we go. The Denver Broncos have the ball, obviously, to start this game off. Bo Nix starting off in shotgun. Let's get a good snap from this backup center. And good snap first. Bo Nix. Nice little dump off there. RJ Harvey. RJ Harvey, for the 6th time this season, was nominated for a Rookie of the Week, which is just a great sign. You want to see. Also, shout out my mother-in-law. Look, I got this cool new desk pad. It's Broncos. That looks cool. Add some vibes to the studio. All right, 2nd and 1 here. Run or pass? Run. All right, I'm guessing run as well. Bo Nix and shotgun again early. We know he played under center like a crazy amount against Jaguars. Not so here. RJ Harvey easily picks up that first down, and the Broncos are already at the 50-yard line. Let's go. Like, let's put this thing away so fast. Like, yeah, so fast. Broncos need to score a touchdown on this opening drive, and they will. All right, here we go. 2nd down.
We got Harvey. I'd say
run. All right, Bo and shotgun. Loving the all whites. Like, I think that looks so cool with that white helmet. Bo and shotgun. Got Bandy in there. Bandy taking the spot of the injured Pat Bryant, and right on cue. Nice. Also, another time when I've made a video on somebody and all the comments are like, that guy will never play. And then Michael Bandy has a sick touchdown 2 weeks ago and then catches that nice pass there. Sean Payton uses his practice squad better than any other coach in football. So nice route there by Bandy. All right. Yeah, I think there's a Nuggets game tonight too. So we'll pop in and give some score updates on there. First snap under shotgun or under center, and it goes nowhere there. So Broncos will have 3rd and 2 right at the outside edge of field goal range. But truly, I think we don't mess around in this game. Like, let's go for it. We're going to pick it up here, but yeah, Prime Vision, I watch for every game but the Broncos. I just am like paranoid I'm going to miss something. But yeah, if you're watching on Amazon Prime, if you swipe up on your remote, it like lets you see the all 22 version of it and different camera angles. Really cool. I go back and watch the Prime Vision version of it after the game's over before I do my breakdown tomorrow. All right, 3rd down. Bo Nix in shotgun. Does a screen pass to RJ all day. I like that pass a lot. To have both running backs on the field there. Really nice really nice play design there for Sean. Dang. Yep. Yeah, this has been the RJ Harvey drive for sure. That's a nice play design there.
It's a nice block too.
Yep. Yeah, to have Jaleel and RJ on the field at the same time, that's killer. It just makes you a little sick to think how good this backfield could have been with RJ and JK. But all right, Broncos first down. Nick's again in the shotgun. Jaleel, we know Sean wants to force feed him more, gets a nice gain of 5. I'm clipping this for the mother-in-law. Mother-in-law, you nailed it. Sweet upgrade. Yeah, Audric Estime still baffles me because he was one of the youngest players on this team. You have his rookie card still, right?
I have a lot of his cards.
I thought he was going to be incredible, and I think he's on the New Orleans Saints practice squad. So Broncos absolutely, if they wanted him, could have gone back out and got him. So I don't know if there's something off the field or if he just didn't fit Sean's mold, but yeah, I was really high on him. Nice RPO here. Hit Franklin, and easy first down for Franklin. Let's go. Yeah, I think he's on I think Audric Estime is on the New Orleans Saints practice squad. He jumped around. He's with the Philadelphia Eagles practice squad for a while, and then there were a couple of rumors that the reason he landed on New Orleans practice squad was that Sean did like him, and so he's got really close ties with New Orleans, and so he called and told Mickey Loomis, his old buddy, the GM there, to do a favor and get Audric on the team, but obviously that's unsubstantiated.
Handoff to Harvey.
Yeah, and this is, man, it's gonna feel incredible to sweep the Chiefs. This would have been so much fun, but a lot more nervous for all of us if these were the Chiefs starters. But they've talked about like how they'd love to play spoiler and knock us out of that 1 seed, but everything's in front of us, guys, because now we beat these guys tonight. We get out of here without injuries, and we have 10 days of rest before we have to play the Chargers. It's just, and the Chargers could lose the division on Saturday night. They play the Texans. That's going to be it. Herbert's going to be running for his life. What a drive, guys. This is great. Nice find of little Jordan Humphreys. Liking this so far. The ball literally has not hit the ground right now, which is, this is hard to do.
No sacks either.
Yeah.
And no loss of yardage.
Yeah, no bad plays. It is just, you watched, we had that Lions game on here. Lions went out, they could make the playoffs, and they were Super Bowl contenders. They go into Minnesota and they get just curb stomped. Like, it was embarrassed. And Bo Nix with the quarterback sneak. So I'm liking this. Yep. So if the Chargers lose on Saturday, which I don't even think is, they're 1-point favorites, but I don't think they're going to beat the Texans. Like, that team is hot right now. That's a great defense. They sacked Josh Allen 7 times. Herbert's on both backup tackles there. He's the most hit quarterback in football. They're going to feast on him. So if the Chargers lose on Sunday, the Broncos win this, you will see a Sunday night video. The Denver Broncos just won the AFC West because it's over. And if not, we'll take care of business next week. Oh, I like this play design too, but doesn't. Yeah, they sniffed that one out. Yeah, I know. I was looking. Bo Nix did not do his typical hat 1, hat 2. I don't know if it was getting too predictable or just wanted to change it up for Christmas. Totally agree. I think those patches on there with the candy canes are sick, especially on the white.
I like how it looks like snow.
Yeah.
Man, Lutz was looking bad against.
Oh, you better believe I got the turnover chain. I got the goat. I got the Nacho Libre mask. We haven't set the category for what gets the Nacho Libre mask. Maybe Bo Nix's 3rd touchdown. Ooh, Evan Ingram. I want to see a lot more Evan Ingram as we build to the playoffs, just to give defenses another thing to plan for with a tight end. All right, 3rd down here. Man, what a crazy good drive here. And and especially knowing we've been doing all this with a backup center on a short week, like you can't look past that. It just shows you how good Sean Payton is and how good Bo Nix are. That's why the Lions have been so bad, is like they're on. All right, Bo Nix kind of throws it off his back foot. I don't like that, but with how this first drive looks, I think give me Broncos 28, Chiefs 3. Looks like the Broncos will send in the kicker. Yeah. Will Lutz coming in here. And Bo wanted him to do a double move. So he did the stop. So maybe that was like a stop and go and he wanted him deep. Because, yeah, even if he catches that, he's way short of the sticks. So overall, you get a drive here that takes 8 minutes off the clock there, and you got your defense ready to feast right now on a third string quarterback. I'll take it all day. Let me know in the comment. What'd you feel about the first drive? Move the ball, 8 minutes of clock, no negative plays. Ball hit the ground once, the worst time on that last third down, but overall, I will take that. 8 tasty minutes. They were very, very tasty. All right. So, anyone else get anything cool for Christmas? Any cool Broncos related stuff or other cool stuff? Oh, also, Sharon, I know your family was at that Vikings Lions game. I forgot to ask who they were cheering for. Did they want the Vikings or do they want the Lions? Curious to hear, because that was the shockingest part of the day. I think Detroit was 8-point favorites in that game, and then to get beat so badly with 6 turnovers is just crazy. Ooh, Broncos full-size helmet. Love it. I got one rocking back there. Ooh, PS2 mini signed helmet. Love that. 3110 is your pick. Yeah, I will say that would have been a great time for the Broncos to just, put this out immediately. We don't want what happened the last time we played on Thursday night, which was a 10-7 game we barely eked out over the Raiders. But overall, I'll take an 8-minute drive here to get points on an opening drive. The other part of Sean Payton that I think is super different is that Bo Nix's best quarters as a quarterback statistically are different than any other quarterback in the game, especially young quarterbacks. His best quarters are actually quarters 2 and quarters 4, because he doesn't rely on Sean Payton's script. Sean Payton uses those first drives to be like, oh, this is the type of defense you're throwing at me. I'm going to scheme up my answers, and then I have the answer key, and I'm going to be able to beat you. And so I'll take, if that's our first drive, that Broncos typically have not played great on their first drives because, other coaches are really good at scripted stuff, and they run those 15 plays they already have called, and after that they fall off a cliff. That's not how it works with Bo and Sean. So they were happy there that Vikings won. That was pretty crazy. Merry Christmas to everyone. Yeah, I hope it was a great Christmas for everyone. What a way. No, I heard rave reviews of it, and my wife has had us on a steady diet of Christmas movies, but that is over now, and we will switch. I think Elway. We'll watch Elway tomorrow. I heard it's child appropriate, so we'll watch the Elway doc. Oh yeah. Yes. Well, we had a bunch of family upstairs for a Christmas party right before this, and it was getting so hot up there that like we turned the thermostat all the way down, and now in the basement it's frigid right now. But sorry about that. Back to the kicks. Oh man, it's weird to see Mahomes in the box. It's also, it's great for us. And handoff, first play, nowhere. The other thing is, I know this Broncos defense has heard all week about this December collapse and how there's some advanced analytics from last year in the month of December that they fell off a cliff, and they've been hearing that all week long, and it's just not true. We played the Packers in December, one of the best offenses in football, with obviously Josh Jacobs, Christian Watson for the bulk of that game, Jordan Love, MVP candidate, and the Broncos held them to 3 points in the second half of that game. So I don't think there's a December collapse, and they want us to make sure we know that too. Pretty close to a first down here for Isaiah Pacheco. Very hard runner. Now, being like, there is murmur amongst the Kansas City fan base that Patrick Mahomes plays the role of Superman way too much, and that he checks out of a lot of run plays, and because he just thinks he can throw it whenever he wants. And so there are some people who think that the offense could be formidable if it actually ran what Andy Reid wanted, which was more runs. And so, again, remember that all of this is going to be scripted stuff in this first drive, and Vance Joseph's going to have a chance to look at that. But there we go with a first down there, 3 runs in a row. Yeah, because Oladokun is not going to be able to check out of called runs for passes. But yeah, Andy Reid kind of went a little bit viral after one of the Chiefs' losses, because they asked him, like, why is Mahomes throwing it 50 times? And he talked about how often Patrick Mahomes, you'll hear him at the line yell, kill, kill, and switch to a pass play. And so you won't see that as much. I think you'll see a lot more balanced game because they know. So we have yet to see a pass here. We got a nice little stuff there. And now we got a 2nd and 9 here, 2nd and 10 probably. And I also hate that, like, Mahomes isn't going to be on the field, and I guarantee he'll get more love in this broadcast than Bo Nix will. But we'll give him love. My Australian friend, 6 sacks today. Let's take it. Yeah, Sharon predicted 7. 6 would be awesome. 6 would get us, I think 6 or 7 would have us in ability to break the NFL record next week. All right, so 3rd and what do you go at it? Did he step out of bounds before he caught it? That would be crazy. Whoa, that is a horrible, like, you got to bail out your new quarterback if you're Xavier Worthy. And that's where having all of the speed in the world, you guys, because we went and visited the Hall of Fame, and before he'd even played a snap, his cleats are hanging in the Hall of Fame, Xavier Worthy, because he has the fastest 40 time. But they're disappointed with him there and wish they hadn't used that pick on him. Deep shot here and nothing. And man, I thought the Broncos had a sack there, but we'll take it. All right, punting it back. Broncos go score a touchdown here. Let's end this already. Yeah, for sure. The missed tackles, we did kind of see a missed tackle that ended up not being for us getting bailed out there. That killed us in that Jacksonville game. And it is absolutely crazy to me that the guy who missed the most tackles was Riley Moss, who also had the most impressive tackles behind the line of scrimmage in that game that I saw. He hit Travis Etienne a couple of times in the backfield, tackles he had no business making, and then he misses these kind of routine ones. So, how many sacks do you want this game?
6-7.
6-7. I like it. I'm not surprised. Mims. Oh, go, baby.
Go.
All right. Out close to the 20-yard line where the Broncos will take over again. Yeah, great pressure there by our defense. All right, Bo, give me another 8-minute drive here. This game could go, if the Broncos just run 8 straight minutes of clock, this game will be over by midnight here, which will be wild. Yeah, great point there. The Broncos have been flying to the ball, but then whiffing at it sometimes. That can't happen for sure. Checking the Twitters real quick, see if anything. Yeah, I don't want this team to score a single touchdown on us. That's for sure. All right, great first series. Get in the end zone and make them quit. Absolutely.
Only way they'll get more than 6 points is 3 field goals, and there's no way they're going to get in field goal range.
Yeah, when I originally picked this game, I think I said they'd score 9 because I thought they could, with how the kickoff is now, you can get the ball really close to midfield. I thought they might get 3 field goals, but if we can win the field position battle here, they're not scoring 9 points on us. Ooh, I like this new name. The quarterback's name is Oladuki. That is, I believe it's Finnish. It's he's from Finland. It's a Finnish last name. Sounds like Dookie. Yeah, all of the national media who picked us not to make the playoffs, and the Broncos have the best record in football, not looking so hot right now. And I still can't get over the fact that the Broncos are doing this with $30 million that they're paying to Russell Wilson right now. $50 million we paid him last season to not be on our team. And it just, with this ownership group throwing money at positions that don't exist on other teams, I really think this is the floor for this team. And if the floor for this team is 13 or 14 wins, that's unreal. Christmas was great for sure. We had a ton of fun. My wife's all done with chemo and has been getting positive scans back. She's had one clear CT scan and one they do like this blood test to see if that tumor is circulating in the blood at all. And praise God, it was all clear, and she gave a different feel to the Christmas season for sure. Because like this time a year ago, I never would have imagined we'd go through that, and makes you just so appreciative of having her in a way that, you don't when you don't think about it. So thanks for asking.
Bonix, RJ Harvey, or is it Julian?
All right, here we go. All right. All right, and we got a play action pass. Love it. Bonix sets his Mimsy. Honestly, not the best pass, but Mims could have had that. I liked the design, and I think Bo could have set his feet a little more. I don't know if that corner was breaking back to the ball, but Mims in motion is hard to, so that's such a tight spot. You got to throw it. If Mims needs his body more close to the line, the boundary, probably just didn't want what Xavier Worthy did there.
Bonix put his thumbs up.
Yeah. The Bonix not being rattled is probably the funnest part about him to me. Oof. Go down. Yeah. Quarterback keeper there, which I think is awesome to keep defenses honest, because if I expect to see Bonix run a lot more as we get closer to the playoffs. So loved that play design, and it was read really well by Kansas City. I completely, that Mims pass, I felt like Bo could have set his feet. I just didn't know if that window was closing quick and he had to get rid of it fast. Judah, what's your girlfriend's name?
I have a girlfriend.
All right. Well, maybe by the end of the stream. Not yet. Bonix flushed, throws to his left. Oh, dude. If he gets that in there. That wasn't a pick, bro.
Not a pick.
He didn't pick that, did he? He's running with the ball like he picked it.
No.
Tell me. Oh. Bro, the fact that he grabbed that ball and ran into the end zone like he had an interception because you batted away a ball, like that's. Oh, crap. He did. Oh, my goodness.
He did.
Oh, my goodness. Bonix with interception. That's not good. Not good. They're in great position now. Great field position. They should get a field goal even from here. But that's not on that's not a Bonix interception. It is on paper, but that's not like we saw in that Dallas game where. Dang. Well, their celebration makes a lot more sense now. That is not good. All right. Chiefs take over in field goal range here at the 35. A tipped ball. Bo Nix, pocket collapse there. Is that a new center? I'll have to watch the replay on that, where the pressure comes from, but Bo Nix running for his life, going left. And I don't think, totally agree. Yeah, Bo Nix has had, I remember last year watching Seattle and I was live streaming. There were a couple of balls you're like, what are you doing, bro? Who are you throwing that to? This year there's only been one time where that's happened. It was that Dallas game when I think he was targeting Pat Bryant and like threw a no looker and it got picked that first play of the Dallas game. But otherwise I agree. There's a lot of luck going into some of these picks. Yeah. Yeah. And I still think Bo Nix is one of the lower intercepted quarterbacks in football right now. Like he was outside of the top 10 going into this game. We'll have to see where he's at after that. But all right, 3rd and 6 here. Definitely need to hold them to a field goal or get a turnover. I want that turnover chain. It's right here, ready for me. It's ready.
Get like in 4th and goal, but not get it, and then we got it way back there, so we're still winning 3-0.
And Jonah Ellis, great pressure, and Pat Surtain gets Travis Kelce with the catch there. And places going wild, obviously. And kind of crazy to see Pat Surtain. My goodness. Frank Navarro with a super sticker. Making all my Christmas way better. Your Christmas way better. Let's go. Thank you so much, my man. That means an absolute ton to us. That's awesome. I still don't really understand what a sticker is, but you get it, or I get it. But I wish I had a sticker to give back to you for giving me a sticker. Totally appreciate it. Merry Christmas for sure. And running for it, Jade Barron steps up and makes a tackle here. Let's go. All right. First quarter almost over already. And yeah, Chiefs fan wants, I got to get you a little gift. I'll split the rep with you. What do you say?
Okay.
Get you something? All right. Got some bots in the building. That's a good sign. Don't click that link. They're going to take all your Bitcoin. And we got a handoff ending the first quarter there with Chiefs will set up here right outside the 10-yard line. Coming back right start of the second quarter, they'll have 3rd and 3. And man, that turnover, not good. Again, Sean Payton has said it ad nauseum. The team winning at halftime in a Thursday night game ends up winning 80% of the time. Divisional games, especially divisional games on the road, are always tough and short week. And a quarterback there's not really film on. And this Ola Dookie kid is back to the kicks, reminded us of his name. It's a tough task. To playing at Arrowhead is always hard, but we're going to win this game. Overall, not thrilled with the first quarter, but I'm also not concerned. Ooh, let's go, man. Yeah, thank you. I'm pumped with the merch. It's been really cool to have that and got some other fun ideas as we roll into the playoffs. So yeah, thanks for everybody who's checked out the merch. What did you get for Christmas?
A lot of stuff.
Tell them about what you pulled in your
I pulled a League Leaders Bo Nix.
So got a couple Bo Nix cards. Not this one. This one I bought at the start of the season. And no, I bought it at the start of last season. So it's supposed to age like a craft single. Like if he's as good as we think he is, I guess this card will be worth a lot of money. I don't know a ton about cards, he does, but this is like supposed to be the creme de la creme. So if you know about cards, let me know. And this is, it was like $30 card. And if he ends up being league MVP or something like that, it could go up to a lot, but I'm never going to sell it. We'll give it to you and you'll give it to my grandchildren someday. My first grandchild named Bo. What do you think? You have a cousin named Bo, so he'll just think you're copying him, but we're going to step it up right now. They're going to get a field goal on this drive, and then Sean's done messing around. I'm positive of that. Chiefs got the ball back. Oh, man. Duval TV. Oh, man. I'm shell-shocked seeing that. Why did I even put that comment on there? Bo Nix had a tip ball intercepted. And Jaguars, come on. You're going to win that division, though. We'll all be Houston Texans fans this week, though. But we want another shot at the Jacksonville Jaguars. That'll be cool. Craft singles take 50,000 years to age and biodegrade. I guess I don't want it to age like a craft single then. I want it to age like some finer cheese than a craft single. Yeah. Guys, they're just keeping us around for Bo Nix's quarter, the fourth quarter, and that's when we're going to blow this thing out. Nice. You're from in Texas, but a Bronco fan, born in Denver. All right, well, cheer for the Texans this week, and then we can hop off that bandwagon. We just want to win the division soon. Duval, there's a lot of facts here, man. Who's the best team in football? It's us. Yeah, wild here, guys, that the Kansas City Chiefs are the cheapest team in football. Got a crazy story for you at halftime about that is just wild. And that they are having the taxpayers in Kansas, pay for the stadium rather than their owner pay for it and keep it in Missouri. So it truly would be like us moving this to Wyoming and having Wyoming pay for it. So we're so lucky to have our owner. Andy Reid, go for it. Andy Reid, really, every time I see him, I just keep thinking of the Kool-Aid man busting through a wall and being like, okay. Because he just looks like a Kool-Aid pitcher, and all red, not a good look, man. Like, get some vertical stripes. It would just like slenderize him. It's right here. Okay, they're going for it on fourth. Stuff it, baby. And handoff. Oh man, get it. Ooh, all right. All right, so they're gonna have first and goal. Guys. Dude, like this week needed to be a wake-up call. It really did. And that, like, Stranad is incredible, but I just have a feeling like if that is Dre Greenlaw, that's a loss of 1 and not a gain of 3. I'm glad Stranad's back. He is playing on a bum ankle. And, get him. Oh, almost had him. All right, so second and goal here. Man, we almost had a self-sack there. The one he was sacked a bunch last week, but he is way more mobile than Patrick Mahomes. Like he's way faster. I don't know, mobile, because Mahomes can move in the pocket a lot. But the other thing is that this early in the season, your first game is coming at you so fast that you're just kind of, it's a blur and it's over. Your second game, you figured it out a little bit, but the opposing defenses don't have enough to game plan for you. So like Phillip Rivers' first game with Seattle or with the Colts, he gets mollywopped by Seattle Seahawks, 100 yards passing. Then his second week, he plays the 49ers and just threw the ball at will. So this backup quarterback really is in that sweet spot where we don't know how to plan for him, but he's not playing his first NFL game. I'm not excusing it. Like, we need to keep him out of the end zone here. Third and goal, and we will. Sack incoming right here. And the Kansas City Chiefs score a touchdown. The Broncos go down on Christmas night 6-3. Field goal attempt coming. Ooh, man. And on a Thursday night, if the Broncos found a way to score on that last drive, you just demoralize this team on a short week, and now they have some life, and this could be a game. And unlike other weeks, you can't blame officiating for any of this so far. And
that's because Pat
yeah,
Mahomes is in it.
That's true. All right, lock in, man. Lock in.
All right, I say.
Also, Bulwark, let us know, what is Christmas like in Australia? What's the weather? Do you guys have ham and do you Christmas carol? And I'm just so curious, what is Christmas like in Australia? Because I bet it's very different. Chiefs get the field goal here, or the extra point, up 7-3. Oh, yeah, call leverage on here. Dude, don't give me flashbacks. We'll never forget that. Jumping around and hugging because the Broncos had beat Indianapolis. We're in Lucas Oil Stadium as the stadium sign says Broncos win. Double personal fouls on this play here. But yeah, we were at that Indianapolis Colts game. The Colts mascot, don't know who he is, falls down on the ground and like puts his hand on his head. The Broncos had gone in there and won. And a call had not heard until then and have not heard since then. Cost your Broncos a win early in the season, but Broncos bounce back and go on that 11-game winning streak. So not gonna. It's hot in Australia, 0 snow. Caroling is an event for the entire community. That's cool, man. My kids are super into Bluey, and so I thought we watched the Bluey episode about Christmas, and they were like at a pool party and barbecuing, and I'm like, that is just so different than having snow and hot chocolate and cookies. The only time I don't mind snow is when I'm skiing or on Christmas Day. The rest of the year I could leave it for sure, but something about Christmas, you have to have snow, which Denver does not right now. And the mountains don't right now. Yeah. Oh man, 70 degrees in Fort Collins today. We had the sun came out in Michigan today, but not for long, and it got to like 40. But pretty crazy to have it that hot in Colorado. It just makes me worry about wildfires this summer if the mountains don't start getting some snow. But oh, for sure, man. Yeah, we one of the ones he doinked for sure there was. Yeah. Nice cool day in Ben's closet. Yeah, true. Yeah, snow, if it's just snow and you're not getting blown around by it, I agree. Oh, Yuma, Arizona. Oh, yeah, I bet it's hot in Arizona year round. We lived in Glendale, Arizona for a couple years of my childhood and then my parents wised up and missed Colorado, so they moved back. South Dakota hit 67. I picture South Dakota being freezing. That's pretty wild.
6-7.
Hit his favorite number. All right, Broncos, we need to go score. I didn't think the Chiefs were going to score a single touchdown this game. I obviously was wrong.
I'm not going out of the studio into my bed for the Broncos.
Our backup.
I
like, oh yeah, turnover chain, take it off now. Oh, Taylor Swift's in the building. That's what we all cared about. Get her off my screen. Come on.
Right.
Golly, get her off. You missed Travis Kelce's only catch, Taylor, because he's not getting another one. What a shame. All right, we get Bidet returning the kick and has a nice seam, getting it out to the 35-yard line. Broncos getting better field position here. All right, RJ Harvey touchdown this call. I like it. All right. Interesting quote they just showed on the screen comparing Bo Nix and Drew Brees, saying that when he coached Drew Brees, he would call a timeout and call the play. With Bo Nix, he lets him go out there and make something happen. So to me, who's better? Who do you think has better upside in that? That's an encouraging sign. And the fact that Sean hasn't backed off of his Bo Nix praise since he's seen him should make you like even more hyped. Okay. Evan Ingram, nice. Great first play. Gonna have 2nd and 1 here, I'd say. He's saying 3. I'm saying 1. 2nd and Bo Nix 7 for 10 after not having the ball hit the ground for that first drive. 2nd and 2, right between us.
RJTV, let's see.
All right. 2nd and 2 here. Bo back under center. Bo's unfazed. This will be hit. The other crazy storyline is the Broncos have not won a game in Arrowhead since 2015. Obviously, we know last season the Broncos essentially won that game against the Chiefs to have that blocked field goal on Bo's first time playing them. And then he routed them against their backups, and then he beat them this year. But Bo Nix officially has not won an Arrowhead, and we have not won there since 2015. This is really one of the last streaks Sean has to break. And nice. Oof.
Oh,
Bobbles it, misses it. Yeah, we have not seen Sutton, which is kind of crazy because McDuffie's not out there. So I don't know if Sean is figuring out some stuff or what it is on the short week, but need to hang on to that ball.
Man, I really like this play.
Yeah, RJ seemed to have that entire side of the field if he makes that catch. You didn't see another defender in the frame after the guy who wasn't going to make that tackle on him. 2nd and 10, Mims in motion in the backfield. And Harvey makes, whoa, my goodness, dude. Harvey has a pinball. Absolute pinball. Yeah, that looks like it should be a loss of 1 or 2, and I think he probably got 2 or 3 yards on that. Yes, please. Whatever we're doing against the Packers and against the Cowboys and several other times this season, can we do that? Even against the Commanders. Let's. Now, Steve Spagnuolo, the defensive coordinator for the Chiefs, could be a head coach anywhere in the league if he wanted to. So, interesting. We got Justin Stranad in on pass pickup. And, oh, no. Sutton didn't hang on to it. My goodness. And that's one there. Man, that's a bummer because Bo could have run for the first down for sure. Oh, man. So you got 2 drops on that series. Oh.
I'd say he's down, too. He's down.
Oh, incomplete. Man, Sutton, we could have used that. Oh, Cortland Sutton. That would have been a very, very tough catch. But have we ever seen Cortland Sutton make tough catches? Oh, yes. You could watch a 20-minute YouTube video of Cortland Sutton's crazy catches. So make that one, bro. And again, does Bo need to know down and distance there? Because he easily could have run 8 yards for the first down. There's nobody in front of him. And he's just so he's so unselfish that I think he wants to set up players, and
that's one of the first plays I've seen Sutton too.
Yeah. Who was it? Just last chat just called a Sutton catch there. Yes, I think. You just 4 minutes ago said get the ball to Sutton. Yeah, Bill Bates said Sutton, and yeah.
I think Bonnie's got that too.
Yeah, and that looked like a heck of a catch until the ball was rolling out. So that's a huge bummer because Broncos would have been back in field position there. Definitely need to stop here. The other thing about this game that completely sucks from a narrative standpoint is that if the Broncos win it, which they're going to, nobody's going to give us any credit for it. And so if we lose it, we're yeah. Yep. It really is a no-win. Oh, all right. So Chiefs getting the ball here. They scored when they had good field position set up. Yeah, just my buddy Graff, who covers the Raiders, just texted me, receivers need to stop letting Bo down. And I totally agree. That's the other thing, though. We're going to have a ton of cap money. We're going to have draft picks without a ton of needs outside of that position. So, yeah, we need Nick Benito to start taking it to the defensive line for sure. When Nick Benito is blocked just by one person, he's unstoppable. he hasn't hit that level yet where he can take on a chip and another tight end or something. And I think that's just the next level to his game that we'll see. Yes, it needs to be Little Giants. Stick them there. For sure. All right, big drive here because this game is going to go quick. And like I said, that halftime's coming very fast. And I'm torn on if I want it to be the end of the Kelsey era, because over the last half of the season, he has not been good, but he eats up a ton of cap space. So Chiefs fans want him to retire because they don't want to be paying a 36-year-old tight end that much. Oh, Talanoa, make that tackle. And we've been calling it like missed tackles. So if Travis comes back next year and eats up a bunch of cap space, he's going to be on another Taylor Swift tour all summer and come back out of shape. And so I hope it's the end of the Kelsey era, but it might actually be best for us if he comes back and has to eat up all their cap space when he's not good anymore. Yeah, I agree. Not seeing Taylor Swift at a football game again would be worth the Chiefs not wasting their cap. Another missed tackle. Can't have it. Yeah, there it is. Malcolm Roach doesn't miss tackles. Or is that DJ? Tackle on the play by...
93.
Was it?
Yeah, it's 93. Is that Roach?
Yeah. Man, and if it's not his last run, then we're going to hear every game. We'll talk about him in perpetuity. So screen pass dropped. Broncos had a lot of dudes out there to stop it. Smash that like button if you think the Broncos are going to win this game. If you think the Broncos are going to win the AFC West, smash that like button. Great reminder. Thank you, Sharon. Yeah, defense needs to pick it up for sure. I will say they had the ball on the 25-yard lines or 35-yard line. So they've been put in bad positions. They're not going to keep rolling like this on us.
And we came off of Sunday. So that is like a 340 break for us.
Or 3rd and 10, short, punting it back. Great coverage there by Moss in his hip pocket.
It's not 3rd and 10, it's 4th.
Yeah, 4th and 3 here. Yeah, the Broncos defense really does need to. I just don't want to be in shootouts in the playoffs. I think there's a lot of quarterbacks I'd trust Bo in a shootout in the playoffs against, but you start getting into playing Matt Stafford if the Broncos get to the Super Bowl, playing Josh Allen late in the playoffs. I would just much rather this defense play like it did in October, November, and not like it has, not like it did last week and like it did against the Commanders.
It's a flag.
Rolls into the end zone, but we're going to see here what happens on this because there's a flag on the play. A lot of times that's holding on the receiving team or like an illegal block. So, yep, that's what it is. So, Bo's going to have the ball at the 10-yard line. 90-yard drive here, eat up 8 minutes, be up 10-7.5. That would go down real smooth. I also don't love that, like, the Broncos are crazy injured right now, too. And all we're hearing is about how these are all Chiefs backups, but they're the ones who are at home on a short week. And we have our quarterback, yes, but we're on a backup center, backup linebacker, practice squad receivers. Obviously, still, yeah, working back in Ben Powers into the run game. So, the take on Twitter now is that the Broncos look horrible. right now. I don't think I would say they look horrible. It's disappointing, but we had a tipped ball for an interception in field goal range, and they got some points out of it. And yeah, the 13 to be favored 13 points against a division rival in their home stadium. That's a huge spread for sure.
Especially when we've never won a game.
Yeah, if the Broncos end up clinching a bye week, I think would hit so nicely for how we have been getting dinged up here towards the end. I totally agree. Definitely need to get the run game going too. Now, without McDuffie, you could say that this would be a great time to pass, but yeah. Yeah, all offseason, Sean's mantra was that this team is young and hungry. And it would be hard to still feel hungry when you were sitting at 12-2. So you just kind of hope that some of these experiences do light a fire and do make this team hungry again. Back at you, Vinny Vintage. Recognize the screen name from the very early days, man. So thank you. It's a great Christmas. Eddie, or Edie, not very, very impressed, but I'm also not overly discouraged and thinking the sky is falling. Like, yeah, my quick scroll of Twitter seems to think we're going to be good. We're getting a touchdown this drive. Totally agree. Bo Nix moves the pocket. Sutton hangs onto it. 4-yard there. Back at you. Yeah. They definitely can get, yeah, that's the thing with hunger. You can get it back. And I think they need to get it back. All right, here we go. 2nd and 6. Clock at the 7:50 mark. And Bo Nix under center. Jaleel's in. Oh, the other part of this is we're also missing Nate Adkins for this game, and Sean talks glowingly about him. And yeah.
Man, where's everybody in this game?
Yeah, but at the end of the season, it just gets so much more physical. Like the Jaguars lost a cornerback. Yeah, you just watch that Lions game today. People were going down like dropping like flies. So I wanted to be up so big in this game that you put Stidham in at the end and just avoided injuries. But Nix and shotgun. Chiefs rush 4. Cortland Sutton. Does Cortland have his name written on his, or he might have a tattoo of Sutton on there? I've never noticed that before in the. Watch his form when he goes and catches this. So first down there, moving the chains. Yeah, it would just be natural. Like when you have already clinched the playoffs and you're playing a bunch of backups, and you all know, like you have families and friends, how crazy Christmas is. These are people too, and they've got kids and wives to buy presents for and parties to go to and family out of town they try to connect. Like it'd be hard to stay hungry when you have been playing like the best team in football for all this time, and it'd be easy to take your foot off the gas for a couple of weeks. And I hope they buckle down in this little mini bye and come out swing. Because we also remember, how did the Broncos play out of their last mini bye? Looked pretty stinking good after that game we barely eked out to the Raiders. And people saying we're still winning the time of possession. We're still winning the yardage battle. We just need to get some. Absolutely. Knicks with a win tonight and a win next week, I think would tie Russell Wilson for the winningest quarterback over his first 2 years in NFL history. Screen pass, I like this. And Harvey gets 5. So we'll have 3rd and 5 here. 6. I'm guessing 5. Official number here.
He got 6.
All right, I'm guessing 5. I'm guessing 3rd and 5.
I'm guessing 3rd and 4.
Oh, we both were wrong. 3rd and 6. So we only got 4 on it. Definitely need a first down here.
6 full yards.
We've not called Troy Franklin's name yet. I'd love a Troy Franklin sighting, a Mims sighting.
Oh, you got him wide.
Bo Nix learned from his last time and scrambles forward. So that is what he could have done on that last play when he threw a tough catch for Cortland that he missed. He had this exact same thing where he eludes it and could have gone and picked it up with his legs. I think that's what he's going to start learning of situation. If that's 2nd down and you got a guy open, try it. If it's 3rd down, you got to go get a first down. So I like that.
But then there's always sometimes there's guys behind me that you don't notice when you look behind.
Yeah, they can catch you from behind. Yeah. Troy, and just right on cue, Troy Franklin for a gain of 3. That's the Knicks I love. Crazy thing with Knicks, watching one of the early games, one of the Minnesota Vikings guys on an end around ended up hitting a top speed of like 21 miles an hour. And everyone at our like holiday party or Christmas party was like, what? He runs 21 miles an hour? And Bo Nix Advanced Analytics, he and Caleb Williams both have hit like almost 23 miles an hour. Nix is just so sneaky athletic. So, all right, we got Mims. Nice. Hey, great play.
You said Mims.
Yep.
Franklin.
We called Mims. We called Franklin. Now give me Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram, the amount of plays Evan Ingram is in always baffles me because he's just not on the field a ton. And I don't know, is that you also see that with Cooper and Benito. And I think that's to save them for playoffs, keep them on a pitch count. But I think as you get to these games, you need. All right, great drive here. Broncos started this at the 10-yard line, guys. So we're already on a almost 50-yard drive here, eating up a ton of clock. We're at the 3:40 mark, and you got draws and offsides by Chris Jones. You can't do that, Chris Jones. Can't do that. All right. Calling Sutton deep on this. Let's take a look. We'll watch it.
I want Ingram.
Yeah, I would.
Offense.
What? That's on us.
What?
I have to watch that again. They won't show us the highlight because it probably wasn't. That's bogus. I mean, to hear, oh man, that is absolutely bogus. So this is Ben Bauer. When you hear the play-by-play guy here, Herb Street, that's ridiculous, dude. I wish you could challenge that. That is ridiculous. All right, Bo, beat the refs too, I guess. And just like we said he can do, picks it up with his feet. Oh man, I was about to, because if you just look at the advanced analytics of starting behind the chains, and luckily that was first down there, but your percentage of picking up a first down just exponentially drops every 5 yards you lose, which is why Sean ran Russell Wilson out of here, because he had all those sacks. But good for Bo to end up getting nice little yardage there. I think the Broncos just want to get a touchdown going right at the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 6, 4 seconds on the play clock. Bo's clapping for the ball and got a draw play to Jaleel. Going to have a nice little 3rd and 1 right after the 2-minute warning here. Well, kind of crazy that this refereeing group, like the NFL, which is so weird to me because I'm in education and there's a lot of unions in education too, but the referee union that currently calls the NFL games is up, and their contract expires at the end of this year, and the NFL probably will not renew them and is going to go with a brand new union. that would have full-time referees, because these referees have day jobs. Like some of them are, I know one of them's an airline pilot, one of them's a lawyer. And so they're like working full-time jobs, and they work in the summer and all this stuff. And then they're coming and calling games. They're just not, they don't know what to look for. They don't know tendencies,
Maybe that's why they're so
and they're
good.
horrible. And you even hear Pat McAfee on a show on Friday talk about that. So, and also when you have another job, everyone's going to let power go to your head. But like if you're a United pilot and you know you're about to go fly on a flight tomorrow with your co-pilot, you want to think you're an alpha, you're going to be like, hey, did you see how jacked my guns were on that game last night? I just think it allows a lot more questionable stuff that could happen. Like, let's have full-time referees. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Yeah. All right. So Broncos, again, Sean Payton, that's something that could totally bite this team in the butt. Was like Sean in 3 press conferences this week, because I watch them all, or it's 2 this week, talked about, and then his pregame interview talked about the team winning at halftime on a Thursday night game wins 80% of the games. So if the Broncos don't get a touchdown here, they're in that locker room hearing that their coach say that in the back of their head. It can come really in your favor when you go in at halftime up and just saying like, hey, these guys aren't coming back. So I would love a touchdown here. Absolutely. Refs should be studying film. You should know going into a game, like, hey, I'm going up against, Riley Moss. He has been called for all of these. Let's actually watch it. Let's watch the film and see, is he really doing that? Or I'm calling a Chiefs game and I know their left tackle goes early every single play, or I'm going against the Eagles and they cheat on the tush push and have offside. So I think it's an abomination that these refs aren't full-time refs and that they work other jobs. How would you not be influenced by your colleagues in your real job? Like, you got a friend in your real job who's like, yeah, I think I put $1,000 on the Packers to cover the spread. I mean, you would hope that it doesn't happen, but just remove any chance of it. All right, 3rd and 2. Here we go. Handoff. Oh man, this is what we've wanted to see out of Jaleel, you guys. Probably one of the hardest working guys on the team, and Sean Payton loves Jaleel McLaughlin. I remember last year during training camp talking about how he was just shocked that Jaleel was the first person in the practice facility every day and one of the last ones to leave. And then even though he was on the roster bubble, Jaleel didn't go on our last preseason game with us because he just had a baby. And Sean Payton just said, Jaleel's my guy. I got him. And said last week he wanted to get Jaleel more carries. So, all right, we called a 90-yard drive for 8 minutes. Let's see it. Oh, no. Oh, wow, that was nice. Wow, I thought Bo was about to get lit up from behind in the blind side, but got rid of it. Wow, what a catch from Troutman. What a catch by Troutman. And what a ball there. Like, that tight coverage, for anyone who says Bo Nix doesn't have an arm, watch it. Like, right over top of Connor, right behind, or right in front of that. You had such a small window. And that's not thrown to Justin Jefferson or Brock Bowers. That's Adam Troutman. Like, that's a crazy good throw and a great catch. Oh, dude. Oh my goodness. We almost just had a nightmare. Oh yeah. We're coming back. We're scoring right here. Dude, Cortland Sutton, you have to catch this, or you cannot let a batted ball like that. That could have been a nightmare. He catches that. It's a walk-in touchdown, and it could have been a pick. And then you're down 7-3 at half.
No.
Yeah, I'm fine with a drop. I'm not even like, Bo Nix is like, ooh, he's talking some smack to Chris Jones. Bo Nix is one that has leads the league in drops. I think he's top 5. I'm fine with a drop. It's good. That's a hold we got away with. Did Sutton get that one? Watch this. Oh, if his toes were down, that would have been sick.
No. Challenge it. Sean, challenge it.
Well, I think within under the 2-minute warning, the booth does look at all these. So if it was close, they'll do a instant replay. So I do want to be objective. We got screwed on that call for false start, but we also just got away from with a hold that looked like RJ Harvey just held their blitzer. All right, 3rd and 10, 26 seconds left here. Bonix fires a dart in, and Cortland Sutton drops a touchdown. That's three drops for Cortland today. That was a heck of a throw. And Sean's not happy. That was a heck of a throw. Cortland Sutton. Oh my goodness. Cortland, you are so much better than this. Oh man. And I love Cortland Sutton. If you paid me all the money in the world to go catch that, I couldn't catch that. I'm not saying I could, but if you're our wide receiver 1, you come down with that ball. Because that's the kind of, I'm not worried the Broncos are going to lose this game. We're going to win this game still. I'm just thinking about all of my comments on Twitter of people saying that we're not legit and we're frauds. Like, that's the difference. A 90-yard drive that ate up 8 minutes of clock, that's the kind of stuff the national media looks at and says, Broncos have their new Elway, and Tab Bonix have 3 drops on that one drive. That's just not good. Man. Not good. Yep. Would have been a difficult catch for sure. But
like once you got the catch and it's right here.
No, we're not a bad team. We're a very good team. We're still making a deep run in this playoffs. I think there's only one team on the AFC side of the bracket that scares me at all, and it's the Houston Texans. And I think they'll have a hard time getting through. They'll have to play some tough games before they play us, and we're a very good team. Like, a lot of people use our strength of schedule as a way of saying we're a bad team, and it's like we beat a lot of teams who's right. Like, one of our bad teams we beat was the Chiefs, who still were higher than, or top 3 team in the power rankings. Like, we've played some great teams and played them tough. And outside of that Jacksonville Jaguars game, we've lost both games by last second field goal. So we are a good team. Yep. Couldn't agree more that I think a tough defense is way scarier to me than playing a tough offense. Like, we've seen when we play a tough offense, Dallas Cowboys and obviously the Green Bay Packers, we figured out tough defenses do scare me. Yeah, I would have loved to be up at half for sure, because then we could have had some eggnog together. But eggnog. Hey, what are your guys' thoughts on eggnog? I love eggnog, and everyone else acts like it's disgusting. I think it's like the best thing ever. Let me know. That's so true. I think we'll be riding this underdog talk until, I think if we only win this game by a couple of points and the Chargers beat the Texans, I think we'll probably be underdogs next week at home, which fine. Give it, like, we're not. We're going to beat the Chargers next week. Eggnog, it's great. Ice cold eggnog, there's nothing better. All right. 19 seconds left in the first half. Ooh, holiday custard. Never tried me some holiday custard. Good to see you, Jay's Joint in Tennessee. Oh, eggnog. You haven't lived until you've tried some ice cold eggnog. I water it down with a little bit of milk because it's like just a little too thick, but man, eggnog hits. All right, Chiefs gonna take this halftime lead in, or are they gonna press it? Looks like they do have all their timeouts left. That was a wicked fast first half. And running it, gain of 9. And looks like they're going to jog this thing off. Ooh, chocolate eggnog sounds great. That sounds very good. All right, we've got an incredible second half coming. Broncos are going to beat the Chiefs. They're going to sweep them. Got a ton to talk about at halftime, but I need the bathroom. Put my guy to bed. You want to say Merry Christmas to everyone?
Merry Christmas.
To all, and to all good night. So here's the thing. The Chiefs aren't just bad right now. They're going to be bad for a long time because they have one of the cheapest owners in all of professional football. They're $40 million over the cap. They're going to have to clean house. Mahomes will be out at least the first 6 weeks of next season. And I had a chance to talk to my friend Michael Darcy. He is one of the drive time anchors for Kansas City radio. And he also works Jay, I'll walk up with you and tuck you in, man. He also works the sideline crew that does all the fireworks and stuff. And he had the craziest story I've ever heard, so that it's not just dead air while I pee and say goodnight to my kids. Watch this, and you're just going to see how different it is when you have the richest owner in sports from the poorest owner in sports. And then we'll be back. We got a ton to talk about at halftime. Let's let this breathe. This Kansas City Chiefs team has not only injured him emotionally, they've actually injured him physically in the wildest story I've ever heard about a pregame situation gone awry that sent him to the hospital.
I watched Patrick Mahomes tear his ACL while laying in a hospital bed at the University of Kansas ER. Essentially, what we do is we push out all of the Arrowhead carts. Well, those are no more, at least the one that I pushed, because as we were trying to lower the Arrowhead, because it's so big that there's literally a motor.
Because these things like weigh as much as a car, right? They're like massive.
It's at least a ton. I would say probably more. I hear a noise and I'm like, that's not a good sound. And then I hear it and then I just feel a punch. Like I got hit harder than I've ever been hit in my life. The welding of this steel beam snapped, completely broke from the frame, and this beam proceeded to fly up, hit me in the abdomen, lift me into the air, pin me against another Kingdom car, and then sent me, literally thrown onto the sideline. And I'm just rolling on the sideline. I'm like, oh my God, like I got hit by a brick. I bought a coat for that game because it was a little bit chilly. There's still chalk from the end zone sideline where I was literally landed on my shoulder. And it was the hardest I've ever been hit in my life. My buddy Dakota said that he had the unmistakable image of me rolling around in pain like I got blasted by a shotgun, while there were some fans that audibly gasped because they saw it happen in front of them. But you mainly heard the roar of the crowd that was excited for the game to start. That thing hit me in the chest. There's no more Ben and Darcy collapse because I'm just dead. I mean, so I'm very grateful. But that day overall was horrible because, as I said, I was in the ER and Mahomes tore his ACL. And I'm like, this day could literally not get any worse.
And if Travis Kelce saw and did not come over and try to help you up, I think that is the most glaring indictment on that man's character. I promise you, Bo would have come and picked you up, and he would have checked on you, and that just tells you all you need to know about this matchup. All right, the little ones are tucked in snug in their bed with thoughts of sugar plums dance in their head. Han, we're back. So how wild was that story? Can you guys believe that? Absolutely wild. So yeah, totally. That's exactly what I was saying. Like, you should sue the Kansas City Chiefs. And it really does show how different markets are, because you have the Walton Penner ownership group who replaced the sod on the field multiple times during a season because they don't want to risk any player injury. And you just had the franchise run through those arrowheads that are broke seconds after. If that had broken when Patrick Mahomes ran through, if that had broken when Travis Kelce ran through, Chris Jones, like that would have been on the top story on ESPN, yet nobody knows that happened. So absolutely crazy that ended up happening. Also, my friend Michael Darcy, crazy to see the flip in him, who all of the things that I said about the Chiefs happening came true. Like, hey man, Your team got mollywopped in the Super Bowl. You actually got worse on your offensive line. You shipped your best guard to the Chicago Bears. You are so over the cap that you're in trouble. You don't have playmakers, and it's the Mahomes show, and that isn't sustainable. And he honestly is starting to come around to some of those ideas as well. And I actually got to go on ESPN radio in Kansas City before the Broncos game at Mile High a couple weeks ago. So that was a ton of fun, and obviously great that he's humbled now, but hard to gloat when one of your friends is sad too, and when one of your friends almost gets destroyed on the field by an arrowhead breaking. So, all right. So sounds like missing a little bit of Bo Nix slander on the Cassidy, or what is that girl, Carissa Thompson or whatever, is slamming the Broncos maybe. Pop over on Twitter and check on injuries here real quick for us. Man, even seeing some of my my go-to, like, people who aren't super pessimistic are saying some stuff that makes me a little nervous. Cody Rourke, who I really respect from Locked On Broncos, said not the type of football that works in the playoffs. And I guess I would agree with that. I would just say there's a reason we're playing this type of football right now. Yeah, I should use that mute more. I believe to. Let's go. Chiefs will get the ball to start, so you just expect a 3-and-out really to start and get Bo the ball back. And Sean, let's talk through all of the streaks that Sean Payton broke. Obviously, consecutive losing seasons. He broke that. He was the first Broncos team to go into Buffalo and win since almost a decade, maybe even more than a decade. He broke our losing streak to the Raiders. He broke our losing streak to the Chiefs initially. That until Sean Payton, my son who just went to bed, had not seen the Broncos beat a Chiefs team. And then he did it with Russell Wilson. Yeah, there's just so many streaks. Obviously, the biggest streak of all that he broke was like the Broncos drafting and developing a quarterback, because Elway wasn't drafted here. Manning wasn't drafted here. So Cutler was the best quarterback we'd had drafted and developed here. So we broke that one. And this is really the last one, which is we have not won in Kansas City since 2015. And Chiefs are only playing in Kansas City, Missouri for another 3 seasons. So it'd be sweet if Bo Nix ended that streak there of winning a couple here in Arrowhead before it goes. Yeah, great point there. This is not playoff football, but this is a short week divisional opponent on national TV that Netflix paid, or I guess this is Prime right now, but they paid an arm and a leg for this game. And they know that this is on every TV in America right now if people are still awake. And John Madden movie commercial playing right now. Huh. That's a pretty good Madden impression for Nicolas Cage. I think in that Madden movie, Nicolas Cage does steal the Declaration of Independence, because that's what I'll always think of him for. Yeah, we need to clean this up for sure. One of the really crazy things would be, I know next week, regardless of what happens with the Chargers, next week we're going to be still playing for the 1 seed. If the Broncos win tonight, if the Chargers lose tonight, and then we play the Chargers in week 16 or week 18, the Chargers are a team that we definitely could face again in the playoffs. Could you see a world in which Sean Payton does something and doesn't throw his best punch against the Chargers, I guess it just depends. Like, does he want that bye week, week 16 or week 18, or does he want the bye week, the first round of the playoffs? So I guess as I talk about it, there's no way he doesn't throw his best shot at him. But it is hard to land a knockout punch on week 18 against the Chargers. If we then had to play him again round 2, that's a tough draw. Absolutely. Yeah, it was absolutely downhill after Kubiak. And I also don't think that was all on coaching. I think the ownership stuff, the more I've done this channel and like dug into it, I think ownership matters so much more than you typically think. And like Vance Joseph had his wings clipped as the head coach. And I think had he been able to build the type of team he wanted, he would have been better. But there was weird stuff with Elway wanting to build the team his way, which is probably why Kubiak left in the first place. All right, what second half adjustments? What do we need? What do we need here? Halftime adjustments. Let me know in the comments. What should the Denver Broncos be doing in the second half here to turn this thing around? What do we want? What defensive adjustments do we need? And what offensive adjustments do we need going into the second half? So the Broncos end up 13-3. Wild. Absolutely wild. Let me know what you think in halftime adjustments for your Denver Broncos. Wild card weekend, watching it stress free because the Broncos are going to have a bye week. I'm down for that. More touchdowns. Catch the ball in the second half. Catch the ball. Make more tackles. Yeah, Riley Moss had that missed tackle that ended up not being a miss because Xavier Worthy stepped out. And then Talanoa Hufanga had a guy dead to rights in the backfield and missed that tackle. Up tempo. Yeah, I would like some up tempo for sure. I totally agree, Jason. That's when Bo Nix thrive. And Sean Payton actually admitted that when he talked about the difference between Drew Brees and Sean. Oh man. The interesting move that Sean is doing is clearly you see his plan in a short week. His plan in a short week is he did not game plan winning this game 35-14 or something. He wants to make this game as quick as possible. I mean, that was barely an hour for the first half. That is so fast. And that's why we've had 2 8-minute drives in this game. And the last time we did that was against the Raiders. And so the gamble you're making there is if you don't score on those short drives, you're just shortening the number of possessions you have. So I agree with it philosophically that is the best way to get out of here, not hurt, is let's just do a bunch of 2 or 3 long drives. But if you don't end up scoring touchdowns on that, it really does shorten the game. So yeah. Let's pull it up here. How many total passing attempts does this Dookie guy have? Let's see. Because I think he's only passed the ball 9 times. So even if you win 50% of your pass rushes, that means you get 4.5 shots at him, and a 50% win rate would be crazy. So I think the lack of sacks is just they have not thrown the ball at all. This has been a weird game. Very weird. Only weirder game was when I was popping in on that Vikings game, and I saw at the end of the fourth quarter, the Vikings were up. They had -6 net passing yards. So it really does just show you how teams approach these Thursday night games is very different. Yeah, if the Broncos just catch a couple of these balls, they're up right now at half and not down. Cortland missed that one on third down, and the Broncos punted, and then he just missed a touchdown pass. So I think the Broncos get points on that first drive that he had to drop, and then obviously they get 7 on that second drive. So completely different ball game if Cortland Sutton can come down with a couple balls. And he's the type of guy who you want to be in that position because you just know how he's going to respond because he's done it his whole career and made a Pro Bowl this year. Devon Key, one of the bigger Pro Bowl snubs on this team, makes the special teams tackle. He had that edge, and if he got out. Listening to Sean right now. Sean knows we're winning. You can just tell in his body language. He's like, hey, start the bus. That's a crazy part of that Jags game. It was one of the only games last week where if you look at the offensive win rate and the defensive win rate, the Broncos outplayed the Jacksonville Jaguars, and then we lost by multiple touchdowns. Like, it was, you got to convert yardage into 7 points. All right, get a sack. Oh, for sure. Yeah, we will definitely jump back at the highest in drops. Bo Nix was second at one point in the season, like late in the season, and then he dropped right to number 5, and I bet you we're back at 1 because I can count at least. You had a RJ Harvey drop, Sutton drop, and probably a Mims drop. And wow, busted play. That is so unfortunate right there. That's the kind of freaky stuff. Goodness. So you have the quarterback fumble the ball in the backfield and a broken play there. And because of that, you have the linebacker who's like Justin Strenad goes and does the right thing of like, hey, go sack him. And because of that, leaves his man. And he was right there in zone coverage, had him. He doesn't even make that throw if that doesn't happen. You see Chiefs fans even shaking their head like, how does that even happen? That is the definition of fluky play right there. Play action pass. Broncos bring some pressure. And Pat Surtain is going to get called for a pass interference call for a ball that wasn't even close to being catchable. Unreal. Like, the ball has to be catchable. You don't even see where the ball hits after this. Like, that could have been illegal contact or something, but the full pass interference to get them back down the goal line, you don't even see where the ball lands. That was not a catchable ball. Oh, man. Of course, Denver Broncos, 42 yards of penalties in the Chiefs 0. And they're right in the red zone here. Ellis gets held and not. All right, there's one of the sacks. All right, Sharon, we're getting to your number. Yeah, you make him throw. This thing's over. If they keep running, give me one more, get him out of field goal range. There's the sack. So right there, Denver Broncos break their record from last season for sacks. Takes us to 64, I believe. Man. All right, there it is. Finally getting the sacks. You called it bulwark. And Jonah Ellis is a heck of a player too. All right, good coverage by Riley Moss. Riley Moss was in coverage. Where's the flag? Come on, man. 3rd and 19. One more sack here, and you're out of field goal range. My guess is they're going to hand this ball off. 3rd and 19 here. I just feel like I've barely seen Jonathan Cooper and Nick Benito on the field today. I'll be very interested to see see their snap count by the end of this game, because Broncos read the screen perfectly, and Jonah Ellis, my goodness, what a tackle in space there. If he gets out of that, he probably still doesn't get the first down, but what a tackle in space by Jonah Ellis. And again, the frustrating thing, like, that's as good as a sack. Doesn't go down as one, but my goodness. So after that pass interference call, you go, you have a fluky play on a fumbled play with the quarterback. 53-yarder and the wind is going. Let's see here. This would be huge. But I want the Broncos to have to score a touchdown, so don't even make it. Make it. All right, good. Broncos need to score a touchdown. So 10-6. Broncos are down. So you're talking about the flukiest play you've ever seen and a pass interference call. And all right, Broncos need to go get a touchdown. Yeah, with the way that wind was going, I thought he was going to miss that for sure. Crazy when they have the ball in the red zone at the 20-yard line that they had to settle for a 53-yard field goal. So props to our defense outside of that bogus pass interference call. So a field goal will not do it. Broncos need to capitalize for sure. Taylor Thornton real estate. Denver needs to capitalize now. Totally. Taylor Thornton, is that your last name or do you live in Thornton? Because I lived in Thornton. It's a good place. Oh, man. I could not agree more. I think that would be, obviously that really elongates the game if you're challenging penalties, but if the NFL really cares about the integrity of the game and suspend dudes for punching people in the face, you need to be above reproach on some of these calls, and you need to be able to challenge them, because I don't know if on 1st and 10 Sean would have challenged that false start on Powers where he literally didn't move even a finger. But for sure he would have challenged that 40-yard penalty on Patrick Surtain. Because you could say that it was illegal contact, maybe. I think dudes do that to us every play, but yes, this head referee is absolutely the one who's in all of those memes of wearing a Kansas City Chiefs red, kissing Patrick Mahomes. So for sure, you know that's here. Oh, okay. Taylor Thornton lives in Wyoming, though. Yeah, close to Thornton. One thing, living in Colorado my whole life until COVID, obviously, and when we moved to Michigan, Wyoming was never a place we went to, and I always wanted to because I've heard that Cheyenne Frontier Days is cool. I've heard seeing a game at University of Wyoming is cool, but it just never happened. So one of these summers when we go out for training camp, I'll definitely get to Wyoming. Oh, okay. Guys, breaking news here. Richie talked to Bo's mom. She still thinks we're going to win this, and so do I, because we're overdogs, and so let's go. Ooh, we got a couple Wyoming. What do you call if you're a Wyominger? Wyominger. That sounds cool. Wyoming. I don't know what we call ourselves, Coloradans, so it would be I don't know. That's cool. Bunch of Wyoming people. It is fun that Wyoming is in Broncos country. I love it. Love being the overdogs. Oh, Wyomingite. That actually, okay, that makes sense. Merry Christmas to all. Broncos win will give us all a good night. Absolutely. Casper, Wyoming. That's cool. All right, here we go. Bo Nix. Under center. RJ Harvey. Nice job fighting off that tackle. Again, the Chiefs have to, they probably went into this game thinking they have zero shot at it, and now they're hanging around and believe, and they have home field advantage. So, dude, look at Sean's play sheet again. Just like that Chargers game, what does it say right at the top of Sean Payton's play sheet? It says run it. And that was what Sean said at halftime. Yes, I would agree with this because I've been in Fort Collins a lot of times, and I've also noticed that. Also here, Wyoming is the place to go for fireworks. Nice ball. Thank you for catching that, Cortland Sutton. Oh, man. All right. Cortland does not drop that one. And I think sometimes it's just seeing that ball go into your hands a couple times. Like if you're a shooter in a slump in basketball, I know I never get in shooting slumps on here, but it's like once I see it go in, then I feel good. So dude, look at that time of possession. And look at that to be down right now when we have double their yardage, way more time of possession to be down. Like, don't be discouraged, guys. We're going to win this game. We're outplaying them. It's at home. We're not going to, it's at their home. It's a weird, fluky game. Ooh, that would be fun, man. That would be very fun. Yeah, we'll definitely go to a playoff game this year. I just got to figure it all out. So I'll definitely make a community post and hype it up that week for a meetup for whoever's there. You must never watch this show. If I don't know if I've even missed 20 shots in the 600 videos I've made. I really probably am shooting 20%, but it's really low ceilings. Maybe when I hit like 40,000 subs, I'll upgrade the studio and get higher ceilings so I never miss. Ugh, 3rd and 3 here. Big third down. Game's going fast. Like we're already 9 minutes in this third quarter. Our third down average has been way better than it's been other. The only person I'm out shooting is Shaquille O'Neal. Yep. And that small ball, I see why Shaq has a hard time because that ball is like so small that it is hard to be accurate. If it was full size. All right. Dude, who would have guessed that Adam Troutman would be like our reliable pass catcher? Come on. I mean, great catch, but that's just not what you expect. Oh, thanks for watching, man. I'm having a blast. Having a blast. And if I ever go to Wyoming, I know who my realtor is going to be. It's going to be Taylor. All right, here we go. In shotgun, 1st and 10. Broncos already on the Chiefs side of the 50. 6 seconds left. The quarterback center exchange has been a real pleasant surprise with the backup in. Bo, run. Oh, dude, I was about to lose my ever-loving mind. Evan Ingram bobbles it and catches it, but that was almost another drop when Bo could have run for the first down again. Unreal. We're going to get an offensive pass interference. Watch Travis Kelce one route. I dare you to watch what Travis Kelce does on every single route. And again, when you hear Kirk Herbstreit say on both, like we've now had 3 calls where Kirk Herbstreit says I didn't see anything. Like they both initiated contact. That is absolutely bogus. Okay, and you're even hearing the rules expert come on and say that. When the Broncos were down early, I said, hey, this is not on officiating. Unreal. Let's go. We'll beat you, the Kansas City Chiefs. We will sweep you and we will beat the refs because sometimes you just got to be so good that you beat 2 teams. Like, gosh, it makes me so mad. Cortland Sutton, great ball by Bo Nix on this and great catch by Cortland. That reminds me of some of his catches in that Green Bay game. So 1st and 20, mess around and find out, Chiefs. Goodness, what a catch, what a throw. Man. Yeah, and 1st and 20, I would love to see the league average on like how many teams convert on a first down on 1st and 20 because it's not good. Harvey's going to be dropped in the backfield. Another long down and distance here. I mean, we're getting to the point now where the Chiefs are going to have more penalty yards than they have actual yards. Actually, very curious. Can someone look that up right now? Because they might. Because they only have 80 total yards right now. I guess I can look it up too. Let's see how I think I go to the interwebs and Not seeing it on here right now. If someone has it easy, let me know. And I'll look after this play. 2nd and 15, clock winding down. Bo Nix, great pocket. Harvey. Oh, man, I thought he should go inside, and I was wrong. Wow. This is, I think, like within Bo Nix's tenure as a Bronco, we'll see AI take over refereeing because it's just getting so much better. So they have 80 real yards. And how many, did someone see how many penalty yards they have right now? This prediction, 150 penalty yards, is pretty wild. 80 real yards and 52 penalty yards. Like, that's just abysmal. 3rd and 2. Sean Payton's going, he's going to go for it if we don't get this. Oh, this is going to be the same thing that, all right, give us the spot. Thank you. That, you know what? That same thing happened with Troy Franklin. It must be a psychological thing that once you see your friends start dropping the ball, you're in your head about it. Because we've now seen Evan Ingram and Troy Franklin both bobble it. This killed us in, I think it might have been that Green Bay game. Troy Franklin had the first down, but because he bobbled the catch, they didn't give it to him on the first catch of the ball. It was the second time he caught it, and he'd gotten knocked back. So thankfully that didn't just happen. But yeah, anytime you see the Broncos get any 50-50 call, you're just shocked at this point. The Jaleel difference between him and JK, they both are so good at hitting that hole so quickly and finding the lane. The difference with JK is like he could absorb a hit at the second level, whereas Jaleel just feels like he goes down. So Broncos are now more than doubling up on this drive. They'll be double the time of possession, double the yardage, and still down 4. But to me, that's a shellacking. Bo uses his legs there. If the refs are AI, will players get fined calling them clankers? Yeah, I think that will be deemed hate speech. You will be canceled. You mustn't say anything negative about our robotic overlords. That's hate speech. And actually, we might boot you from the chat just for even calling them clankers here. All right, 3rd and 5. Bo, pocket collapsing. What a pass. In a muddy pocket. Yeah, that's one area I've just really seen his game grow. They're going to give us a garbage spot here. They're like, let's look at where the first down marker is and mark it behind that. I thought he was in front of it. Let's see it. Dude, he comes down at the 10. That's a first down to me. Challenge that. Challenge it. Challenge it, Sean. So Sean's taking a timeout. They'll look at it. He can throw the challenge flag if he likes it, and it will negate the timeout. Dude, I guess it's the 10.5. That's a first down. That is malarkey, dude. This is bad. That is absolute hot garbage. All that has to happen is the tip of that ball has to be at that marker. That's a first down. Yeah, it's been weird a couple times this season. You've seen like replay assist. Technically, there's chips in balls. Got to be a better way to say that. They put computer chips inside of the footballs. Sorry, sometimes as I hear the words come out of my mouth, they could be innuendos. There's chips in the footballs, and sometimes they do a replay assist. Oh. All right. Bo Nix, big fourth down. Easy. All right. So refs, sometimes we're just going to be so good that even you can't beat us. I guess that's just going to be what this is. It does feel kind of like they're just making stuff up. Absolutely, it does. And the ball don't lie right there. The ball don't lie, and Bo Nix don't lie. So that quarterback scramble on 4th and inches is way scarier when you have your backup center in. So props to Forsyth playing a heck of a game in your first snaps of the season here. And you gotta also remember Forsyth was the scapegoat from the blocked field goal here last year. And so you got to think he's got to be in his head about that too, that people wanted to run him out of Denver because he was in on that. He was the guy who got bulldozed on that block. Kind of reminds you of a play that Bo Nix shoulders him, bodies him, and scores for the touchdown Denver Broncos. And this thing is over, folks. This thing is absolutely over. It's truly been over since it started, and it's been the flukiest game I've seen in a long, long time. You can't make some of this stuff up. And this is exactly like, I wouldn't even be surprised if it's the same play. The Broncos did this exact thing against the Raiders where it's a design quarterback scramble just like that. And that's a new element, seeing Bo Nix bulldoze a guy. You don't want to see that all season long, but let's go. Jay's Joint with the $1.99 super chat. My man, appreciate it. Right on cue. Sharon, killing it. Thank you so much. We're going to break her bank account in a deep Super Bowl run because she's super chatting every tutty. Truly, guys, appreciate that so much. Thank you. Thank you very much. It is a blast watching this on Christmas night with all y'all. Yeah, I honestly think the all whites massively love them. Like, I don't get why that's not your away uniform every week. I think they look, especially every night game. Once winter hits, I think they look sick. All right, so already we got to start defending against the national media if they see us. If this is the final score, they're gonna call us fraudulent and be like, "You barely beat a backup quarterback. You barely beat the New York Giants." This has been crazy fluky, and we've all seen it. Absolutely all seen it. It is have yourself a merry little Nixmas, a Nixmas touchdown, Mr. Fantiv, my Fort Collian friend. Thank you so much, man. Absolutely love it. All right, let's you get one stop and one more long drive, and we're going to bed well before we typically do on a late game. I mean, I think these past couple, I've been up for another 2 hours still doing this. So this is awesome. Ooh, we got a new member in the building, Fridge Worthy Art. Thank you for becoming a YouTube member and supporting the channel. Love it. Yeah, this is just can you guys really take a second and think about the Broncos being 13-3, the Broncos sweeping the Chiefs, the Broncos not losing a game for 3 straight months. My birthday, September 21st, the Broncos lost to the Chargers. We rattle off every single game in the month of October, the month of November, all of December, and then we started feeling our oats and lost a weird game to the Jaguars. But here we are, 13-3 after this, with everything in front of us, with the 1 seed in front of us. Give us bad refereeing, give us Russell Wilson's dead cap hit, give us being called frauds. We're just going to make you into Bo Leavers real quick here. Yeah, Nixmas, dude. Seeing if so last year the Chiefs beat the Steelers on Christmas Day, and Mahomes and Kelsey are wearing these huge Santa coats. I would love to see Bo Nix in a Santa coat, and it would I think that's because I think Bo Nix is even more real than Santa. Spoiler alert. Santa's not real, but Bo Nix wearing a Santa coat, very real. Yeah, it's Merry Nixmas is what we have to call it, you guys. A Merry Nixmas. Because really, Christmas and Christmas Eve has been a nightmare for this team for a long time. When I first started the channel, do you remember the Broncos could have made the playoffs Russell Wilson's last year? Sean totally turned it around. We won some incredible games, and we had the New England Patriots on Christmas Eve. That was a nightmare, the nightmare before Christmas Eve, and a team that had nothing to play for in Belichick's last season. They already were eliminated from the playoffs, and Broncos lost. So Sean breaking this streak here of these Christmas or Christmas Eve games that we struggle in, him breaking the streak of not winning an Arrowhead since 2015. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. It's just, I got a middle school daughter who does not remember, because she was 1 year old, the last time the Broncos won an Arrowhead. She'll be getting her driver's permit in 2 years, and we haven't won an Arrowhead since then. Drink it in, guys. This is good. And all right, Broncos are fired up. They know this thing is over. Yeah, if you are interested, you didn't get that sweet thing you wanted for Christmas, someone you love was disappointed in their Christmas gifts, check out the merch. We got some cool stuff there. Sharon sent me a picture of her rocking the Bow Throws shirt. Turned out pretty cool. I coach soccer with this incredible graphic designer named Ryan, and we coach our girls in soccer, and we're not great soccer coaches, but we love football, and he made them for me, and just a fun thing to do with him. So yeah, check out the merch if you're interested. All right, 2nd and 9 here. Oh, Nick Benito goes way early. Oh, and just trucks Kareem Hunt. Absolutely. Fan of the year. You got to have. I got a lot. There's a lot of fans of the year. We're all fans of the year of the Denver Broncos, but absolutely. Sharon is for sure. My mom's got to be on that list. Also, the mod father himself, Jason's on that list. Y'all are on that list because you're riding with me on Christmas night. This is amazing. All right, so 2nd and 4, loss of 1. Pretty amazing in Kelsey's last night, because they want to put on a show. This is his last game in Arrowhead. The Chiefs now will have 10 days off and then go to Vegas and play the Raiders. So this is Travis Kelce's last hurrah here with the Chiefs, and of course they wanted him to go off. Like Taylor Swift doesn't leave the Eras tour. She's got another song she's got to record about an ex-boyfriend nobody cares about, and she's here watching this game. So they want to get him the ball. 3rd and 4. Oh, there's a Cooper sighting. Oh my goodness. And a beautiful tackle in space by guys, PJ Locke might be low-key one of my favorite Denver Broncos on this defense, just because of what he did before the Lions game 2 years ago. I think so and I know I've told it too many times, but we now live in Michigan. I've done that drive from Colorado to Michigan 100 times because my wife's family has always been from here, and it's the worst drive ever. Well, PJ Locke breaks rib injuries against the Chargers, is not medically cleared to fly on an airplane, but really wants to play against the Detroit Lions. So he has some Broncos staffer drive him in an RV, and RVs have governors on them, so they can't do what I do, which is drive like 90 miles an hour through Nebraska. Drives the 19 hours from Denver to Detroit, even though he can't hop on an airplane. He wanted to play for the Broncos, and just tough as nails. So huge loss, obviously losing Brandon Jones, but PJ Locke is a dog, and I think a lot of times it's more your grit and your brain more than your physical talent, and nobody embodies that better than Phillip Rivers. Just watch that game where he put up way too many yards on the 49ers and looked fantastic, and he's got a dad bod and he's throwing ducks out there, but he has what it takes between the ears. And so that PJ Locke, probably not the physical specimen that Brandon Jones is, but he's got the grit, and he's got the whole team rallied behind him. So love him. Petros 10437 doing a great job there, Ben. Best wishes from Broncos country. Oh my goodness, from Greece. That's amazing. Getting the championship this year all the way from Greece. Broncos country goes to Greece. Love that, man. That's awesome. Petros is a very cool name too. Very cool. I love it. It's like Greek for Peter, I think, right? And it means rock, maybe? I don't know. That's awesome, man. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Ooh, oh, it is our quarter right now, boys. Watch and girls, boys and girls. Let's watch out because it is Bo Nix's quarter. And crazy to me that we're in the fourth quarter and we've only been going 2 hours. Like this is well, I pictured this game going till midnight Eastern time. Oh, I would love another shot at the Jacksonville Jaguars. I talked about it all week, but that was the best example of an overhyped team that used a misquote of Sean Payton as ammunition to act like they were the underdogs. And they all just came in there with this chip on their shoulder, and the Broncos were riding an 11-game win streak. And they're like, why are you so mad, bro? And my comparison was thinking about playing in our family turkey bowl when one of the guys we're playing like goes too hard. And you're like, Uncle Tim, why are you going so hard in this flag football game with our nephews and nieces? Like you're trying way too hard. Not, and the Broncos should have tried harder, but that if you think that was the Broncos' best shot, well, watch out. Like that wasn't. And the NFL is going to figure out, and they're going to be terrified. All right, 9-minute drive right here, guys. Make it a 13-minute drive, and Merry Nixmas, as Mr. Fanta taught us. Dude, if I had thought of that ahead of time, that'd be the sickest Halloween sweater. Merry Nixmas. Get you some of that. Dude, if the Colts beat the Jags in the playoffs, oh, be amazing. I would also love another shot at the Colts. And selfishly, I would love another shot at the Colts in Indy because it's only a 3-hour drive instead of 17. But obviously, I'd rather play at home because we're going to just win 2 home games and go to the Super Bowl. And I know I end every video and I tell you guys, clear out your January, clear out your February. One of the ways we make it through Michigan winters is we always find the cheapest Frontier flight to Florida the week of the Super Bowl typically. And that's what my kids have, fall break or winter break or like a midwinter break then. And it just works for us. And I was adamant with Sarah, we're not going that. We can go the week after the Super Bowl. We have plans because I just do believe in that team that much. So we have flight out the Monday after the Super Bowl. And it was, for 6 of us, it was $290 on Frontier. Now we probably won't make it. Like there's zero chance the flight isn't delayed 20 times and our bags are going to get lost and it's Frontier. But that's just crazy. You can go to Florida that cheap. So 2 home games and we win the Super Bowl. Cleared 2020. Yeah, that's the other part about this that you got to just be wildly excited for is what are we going to do without Russell Wilson's dead cap hit? What are we going to do when Bo Nix takes the next step up? What are we going to do when Troy Franklin is now not a second-year receiver? He's a third. We haven't come close to seeing the ceiling for this team. It's really exciting. Next season, for sure, we are going to have a Merry Nixmas shirt, and I will make sure Mr. Fantiv gets a free one for coming up with it. Flying Frontier from DIA to Orlando, and next time I'm flying United. Oh, yeah. But, yeah, truly, we were talking under $300 to get there for 6 people, and I know it's going to be miserable. I'll probably end up with Rona, all the things. There'll probably be someone with their feet, like their shoes off in between like the armrest. Because it's, first off, it's Florida. Second off, it's Frontier. But we just gotta, till we grow this thing to Perna levels, we gotta fly Frontier, y'all. You know what I mean? Please keep his name out of your mouth. What? Whose name did I say? Keep his name. I don't remember what I said. I said a lot of names. Clarify. Fly Spirit. I'm just Spirit. I actually don't think Spirit flies for where I'm going. Crazy that this is the last game of December for the Broncos. Like, we don't play again until 2026. And if that was Riley Moss, if that was Pat Surtain, that's a pass interference call. That's show me what was different between that and what Pat did on Xavier Worthy. Oh, yes. I will keep it. Yes. Very good point. Very, very good point. Broncos country. This is just for you because I know you like it. Broncos country. Let's ride. The let's ride thing. Well, I can't wait to forget that. He just got like less and less enthusiastic with it. It was one of the funniest things. And Bandy, practice squad, my guy, what a dog. The craziest thing with Russell Wilson, yeah, that he is our highest player. The other craziest thing about Russell Wilson was that let's ride catchphrase that was manufactured. Catchphrases can't be manufactured. He knew about, like, he's got PR people and they like wrote it up. And he started off saying it so emphatically with all the confidence in the world. And after every loss, because he had to end his press conferences when he was in Seattle, he always ended at Go Hawks. He had to say it at the end of every press conference. And he was just like backing further and further and further out the door every time before he'd say it until the last couple times. He was like totally off mic halfway out of the press conference. Like, let's ride. Like, it was just, now that we can laugh about it, it might still be too soon to laugh about it, but it was pretty funny. Oh, my man, 5:15 a.m. Yes. I need my energy to go to silent. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. For our Australian friends, our Greek friends, our New Zealand friends, it is a different time for sure. All right. 2nd and 7. 12 minutes left in this one. And we got a Jaleel handoff. Wow, good second effort there. It didn't look like there was a lot there. Don't stop believing. Absolutely. Yeah, this would be a great time for a couple runs. It's 3rd and 4. Wow, way to get that. Pretty crazy. I think the Broncos average going into this week on 3rd down was 3rd and 7, which is tough for anyone. Bo's been really good on 3rd down tonight, and having your average be 3rd and 4 makes it a lot easier. Oh, Bo's sacked. Chris Jones gets one there. Ugh. Yeah, that looked. Bo gets real frustrated when he doesn't get the play call in when he wants it. And you could tell he was frustrated there with how quick it had to happen. I don't think he had a chance to even read the defense there. I don't know what happened with the setup, why we got to the line so late on that, but and not a great snap either. It was fairly high, but man. Also interesting how what Tyler Bidet has been relegated to in this, because he was a guy at times last season in that Jets game, in that Tampa game, he looked like he could be our bell cow back. And now this year, our idea for Tyler Bidet was that he was going to be the kind of Bo Nix's pass protection 3rd down back. And now we haven't seen him a single time in this game in that role. We've put in our fullback, Prentice, I think, right? Or is that Adkins back there? But man, big punt return. Chiefs are not far from field goal range. May even already be in it. We're at the 10-minute, 59-second mark here in this one. I guess they put some more time on the clock there. Yeah, 10:59. and pull up the game cast here and see exactly where their field position is. So they have it on there right on the edge of field goal. 5-yard turn. Yeah, just can't have that then. Can't have that there. Bad coverage. What am I watching? Absolutely. The Broncos cannot win a stress-free game. That it does feel like that at times. And then we have games like the Packers and the Cowboys that you think should be stressful that aren't. I guess even the Packers game ended up being stressful. Remember, we went for some weird fourth downs, and Jordan Love did have a shot. They would have had to get the 2.2, but yeah, only 1 sack today. But how many pass attempts does he have right now? Let's take a look at that. He's had 13 pass attempts, so you're getting a sack once every 13 pass attempts, and he has 32 passing yards. So that's why it's hard to, again, national media will look at us barely beating the Chiefs and say they're fraudulent. They've got 32 passing yards against us. We're doubling them in time of possession. We're doubling them in yards. We're okay. Yep, we said that at the exact same time. Yep, and that's the part that makes me mad. When I really think about it, I'm not mad. I'll beat the Chiefs any way you can, but we are getting an anatomical lesson on Bo Nix's knee. All right. Right on the 45 there, 1st and 10. Play action pass and get him. Oh my goodness. Whiffed on 2 sacks. First down. Dude, he is so herky jerky. It's crazy. Like he's so bad that it's actually been working in his favor. Like he almost falls down and self sacks, and the other he dropped a snap in the backfield, and it actually helps them how bad he is. Frank, Merry Christmas to you too, my man. Appreciate you. Oh man. They're definitely, wouldn't say chip shot field goal, but tying field goal definitely on the board for them here. Goodness me. Still not nervous, but I'm annoyed. Stuff the run. 2nd and 9 here. Well, a Bo Nix game-winning drive would feel good. I do think even if it's I think Bo will lead the league in come from behind victories after this game over his first 2 years as well. And that's a weird stat that anytime you're behind, even if you go down 3-0 on the first drive, if you win that game, it counts as a come from behind victory. So Bo Nix is already leading the league in his first 2 years on that. Will be number 1 after this because the Chiefs obviously had a halftime lead on him. All right, 3rd and 9 here. Yeah, it does feel like that return, and then this guy buying some time. I don't even know this quarterback's name, which is how sad it is. All right, come on. Big third down here. Absolutely need to hold them to a field goal attempt here. Just for my Christmas. Get there. Benito and Cooper just have a different speed to their pass rush. It's like I said earlier, I can't wait to break down later this week their total pitch count. I bet you it's under 50% because I've just seen Jonah Ellis and Dondre Tillman out there a lot. And I don't know if that's Sean looking past these guys and saying we don't need them, but you see what happens when they're there. It's so different, the pass rush. 4th and 7. Might be stressful, but better than being a Bengals or a Titans fan. Absolutely. 47-yard attempt, wind swirling, and Bucker uses the wind and hits it. Tie game. 8 minutes left here. At this rate, it's going to be a one and done in the playoffs. I totally disagree, but I get why. If the Broncos play like this, yes, it will be one and done. But we have seen all season long the Broncos play to the level of their competition for good and for bad. Right? Like that Eagles win in Philadelphia on a short week, beating the Chiefs when they were good and number 1 in the power rankings, and beating Andy Reid off of a bye week, which never happens. Beating the hottest offense in football in the Cowboys, beating the Texans, the best defense on paper in football. Like, we play to the level of our competition, and I think we will again now. You keep getting booted from being able to chat. I'm sorry about that, man. I don't know if it's our mod father, Jason, keeps the bots at bay. I don't know if he thought you were a bot maybe, or maybe it was just a booted you. Thanks for subbing. Yes, my mother-in-law is the best. This was my Christmas present from the mother-in-law, giant Broncos mouse pad, and I love it. I'm tempted to bring it to my real job though, because I like it that much, but I do like how it looks. It looks sick. Just it complements the room. I bought this like cheap one that's Broncos blue when I first started the channel, and this is a nice upgrade. Down through the chimney comes good Saint Nick's. Absolutely. Oh, YouTube bug. All right. Well, glad you're back, man. Oh, a weird YouTube bug right now. Come on, YouTube. Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, because I live in Michigan, surrounded by Lions fans. I would love just like that signal when you walk in and you want to know, why am I so happy on a Monday at work? Oh, it's because the Broncos won 11 straight and I didn't have anything but victory Mondays for all of October, November, and December. True, like there was nothing like that, guys. And there's only been like 6 or 8 Broncos teams in history who've had that record at the week 14 mark, and getting up on Monday mornings after a win, it's just easier. Absolutely. All right. Broncos definitely not looking like they're going to cover the 13-point favorites. You know, we watch way too much when we start noticing changes on your decks. Well, I'm not going to complain. I love it. I love that you watch. So thanks for doing it. Got some cool new stuff coming for that backdrop real soon. So stay tuned for that. And then plans to overhaul in here and do some cool stuff with it in the off season. So I'm pumped for that for sure. Yeah, I mean, we definitely could 2 touchdowns cover, so I think that's still possible. And on your screen right now is the cheapest owner in professional sports, Clark Hunt, overseeing a rebuild of his once dominant franchise. We're in Muskegon, Michigan, so like right across the lake from Chicago. So grew up in Denver. Convinced my wife to live there for a long time, and then during COVID, we had our fourth kid, and she wanted to be close to family, and we were close to my family. It was far. I mean, we lived up in we're in Loveland, Fort Collins area for a while, and they're down in Westminster Thornton area, and so we made the move. I miss Colorado every day. I'll be home for Christmas. Hit different for sure. Second and 4. RJ Harvey. Ugh. Gonna be short. Yeah, Chicago, very, very cool city. For sure. We try to go anytime, like when we go see my family and drive through Chicago, we try to stop and get food there, and I love walking around the Mag Mile at certain times of year, and it's a cool place. Oh, thanks for being here, man. Yeah, I post pre-record every day. And then live stream whenever it works. We have 4 kids, so life is very busy, and there it is. Huge run. Oh my goodness, RJ Harvey. So yeah, do pre-record on the Broncos every day when it works with my work schedule, and then go live whenever I can. Definitely will be going live for any playoff game I'm not in attendance for. Dude, that was one of those plays that like did not look like it was blocked for 15 yards that he just cranked out. That was sick. Yeah, man, absolutely do it. That'd be awesome. I would love that, man. Yeah, Muskegon, it's right on the lake. I think Michigan is like the longest stretch of freshwater coast. In the summer, it is absolutely beautiful. It's just these dark months that are harder for sure. Absolutely. I grew up in Thornton. I remember all the Colorado, when I got my wife to move to Colorado, all the words she didn't know how to pronounce, like I think she called it Lewis or Louisville and not Lewis. It was fun. And she pronounced Thornton very formally. I'm like, nobody calls it that. It's Thornton. Okay. It's Thornton. Thornton. All right, here we go. 2nd and 10. Broncos 35 minutes of possession to the Chiefs 19. And their punt return and their tipped pass interception is the only reason this is still a game. And it's in 40-yard pass interference on Pat Surtain that was bogus. Oh, yes. Yep. I think you're yeah, there's Dockers there, and then there's a really cool place at Pierre Marquette. That is really, really cool. It's not the dock, it's not the pier, but it'll come to me in a second. It has like swings, and it's a really cool vibe. Oh my goodness, Bo Chapman Knicks, guys. It is a Merry Knicksmas. Like his ability with the pocket closing, that has been the biggest difference. He's always been good at moving out and throwing on the run, but setting your feet as that's collapsing is crazy. And you're hearing Kirk Herbstreit talk about it right now. Like, look at that. Dude's in your face. You can't even finish your follow through because you're getting hit. Like, Bo Nix is him. Wow. Nice handoff there. Oh my goodness. RJ Harvey keeps his feet moving. Broncos are already in field goal range. The deck. That's what you were thinking of, my Wyoming friend. Wow. Crazy to me to just see. I can't wait to see the analytics again. We'll break it down, but you got targets to Michael Bandy, Troutman, Evan Ingram, RJ Harvey has caught passes. Troy Franklin's had some. Mims has had some. Sutton. When Sean Payton the other day, Bo Nix had 12 different skilled players catch a pass from Bo in a game, which is unheard of. And Sean Payton's like, I don't even know if I can name 12 skilled players. Bo Nix really is like Nikola Jokic, and he just puts the ball where it needs to be. And crazy to me to see all these first downs to guys like Michael Bandy and Lil Jordan Humphreys, who don't even make other teams' practice squads. It's a real cool thing. Yeah, I definitely don't want a field goal. I just want to let's get 7. Let's just for the national media, let's get 7. We know what's up with this team. We know January is going to be an amazing month to be a Broncos fan. And the only month better than January is going to be February. So there's only one game, which is a downside, but it's a big one, and we're going to win it. Yeah, if Bandy is doing all of this in this game, it makes me so bummed out that that Pat Bryant is not in this game. And it'll be interesting to see. Concussions sometimes can be 1 week or they can be 4. And just because he got stretchered off doesn't necessarily mean it was a 4-week concussion. And I think that was probably just that hit had to hurt so bad. And I'm sure you just want to act with an abundance of caution there and assume the worst. And man, if he could be back for next week against the Chargers, I'd really like that, because he is a monster against zone, and that's what you've heard him say they're playing here is they're playing a soft zone coverage. So he would be amazing at that. Totally agree, man. Time to finish him right now. Finish him. Yep. Nick Bolton, a guy before Dre Greenlaw that a lot of us in Denver would have loved to see playing linebacker for us. So him going out, huge for us. So now it's Chris Jones is the only player on that defense who has any talent, really. Love it. Love this run game. And man, Broncos truly could just finish this right now. Ooh, got some chomps. Love me some chomps. Love me some chomps. I wish I got chomps in my stocking. I didn't. Bolton's back in, I guess. 4 minutes left in this one. Seven seconds left. And Broncos will use a timeout. Interesting. All right. The drop passes in the first half absolutely killed us. We need to, any pass right here has to be a catch or a knockdown. Bo Nix has had one interception off a tipped ball and one of them off of, and almost another one off another tip ball. So yeah, we're seeing this again, and Bo has been getting really frustrated. The 1 3rd down we didn't convert this second half that killed us was right before this one, and that right before that horrible punt return, the call came in super late. You see Bo telling Sean, "Come on, I need these plays in early." All right, Nick Smith, let's see it. Let's see it. We need to marry Nick Smith right now. Actually, let's get down to the 1 yard line, and then as the clock expires, have a marry Nick Smith. 1st and 10 in the red zone. One of the best red zone offenses in football. Screen. Oof. Yikes, they saw that one coming. And the crazy thing of them seeing that coming is we haven't run that in a long time. That was what put a lot of Broncos fans over the edge in that Raiders game. It felt like we were doing those quick screens way too much. And a lot of times Sean will do those quick screens because the run game isn't working. And I feel like it is working today. So I don't quite understand the rationale for that. 2nd and 13, 3 minutes left in this one. Troutman in motion, comes up and helps with the pass protection. Bo's going to take off. Man. And you can see Bo wants it. He could have gone out of bounds for 3 or 4 less yards and not got hit by Bolton. Bo, Bo ho ho, Merry Nixmas. Somebody needs to use AI and make that, because that would be amazing. Yes, this is the first ever white helmet that I can remember for sure. So I think it is our first time rocking these. Oh, Evan Ingram going to be short. Take us down to the 2-minute warning. About 2 yards short of the first down. What do you do here? What do you do here? If I'm playing Madden, I go for it. And Sean Payton's going for it too. Oof. Man, this is going to be... Oh, man, this is going to be way too hectic. I mean, I don't know if I like that. I think Sean Payton thinks he is so overmatched and they have so won this game that he doesn't even want to leave anything to doubt. But if it were me, I think I would kick the field goal unless I'm playing video games. And if I'm playing video games and I don't get this 4th down, then I rage quit and get mad and restart the game. You can't do that here. So, especially because like the Broncos have burned a timeout. So this isn't the kind of situation where you get the ball back. You have to be 100% sure that you get this, because if you don't get this, this game's going to overtime, because that's the 2-minute warning and the Broncos only have 2 timeouts left. And so it's this or the Broncos win in overtime on Christmas. So I kick the field goal. They haven't done anything against you all day. And you're going to make them go 40 yards to get a field goal to maybe tie it, or now make them go 60 yards to get a field goal and win it. So to me, I really hope we do not go for this. Oh, we only have 1 timeout. So, oh man. And I think Sean Payton there's so many things you have to be good at as a coach. You have to be a good culture builder, a good talent acquirer, a good player developer. He's great at everything I want him to be great at. The one thing that I don't think he's great at is these late game calls. Like, went for 4 4th downs in that Packers, or 3 4th downs in that Packers game and didn't get any of them. And it didn't bite us in the butt, but that they weren't smart calls. Please kick a field goal. Because you go from, maybe they could win this or maybe they could tie this on a last second field goal, to they could win it on a last second field goal. It's just not worth it. And I'm sure Sean is furious. Like, he knows what the national media is going to be thinking. Yeah, you see the probability is, so I don't know if you're trying to draw them off sides. I don't know, because getting him to jump off sides, you are burning your last time out. I don't think it's that. I think they really are going to go for it. And what kind of message does this send to Will Lutz? I don't like this. And I like everything Sean does. If you watch the channel, you know I love Sean Payton. Now, if they get it, I'll say I wanted it all along. Oh my goodness, this should not be happening. RJ Harvey in at quarterback, so this is a play Sean loves. And okay. Quinn Miners thinks they got it, and they're calling false start. So, of course, it's going to be. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Sean Payton. Wow. Wow. And we almost had an unprecedented thing in NFL history where the Chiefs almost played this game with 0 penalties, which we know doesn't actually happen. It has happened one other time in NFL history, and you would be shocked to hear that it also happened to the Chiefs. So that's the first penalty on the Chiefs all night, which just proves to you, like, all this stuff. I hope the first question to Sean Payton in the post game is, were you really going to go for that 4th down? Because I will be watching for that. Wow. All right, Merry Nixmas right here. Get me one. Let's go. And good. Let the clock run. They're going to take a timeout here. Oh, absolutely. And that call was your hometown discount, Quinn Meinertz, who made his first Pro Bowl this year. So very smart by him, because if he does not jump up and do that, yeah, do you guys think Sean was actually going to snap it? Like, the way I think he was, just because he would have burned his last time out to send Will Lutz on. I can't wait to hear if he really was going to snap that. So now we're going to have 2nd and goal. Yeah, that dude, Fridge, we've asked the same question like 3 times in a row. And I bet when you chatted it, it was right before I said it, because I know there's a little delay. So we're like finishing each other's sandwiches or something. I can't wait to hear what Sean says, if he really was going to snap that or not. Yeah. I think I do. I think he was too. And I think Sean is he always talks about, again, he's so unlike other coaches where he has scripted plays like it's WWE. Like, he knows exactly what he's going to do against certain coverages. And he has a file of like 6 or 7 different 2-point conversion calls that he likes every week, and short yardage calls. And that must have been one that he knew is going to get 3 yards 100% of the time, is RJ Harvey there. Because we have seen so much with that play, right? We've seen him run it. We've seen the last week against the Jaguars, you had that play design. RJ Harvey pitched it back to, or handed it off to Marvin Mims, who pitched it back to Bo Nix, who threw it to Cortland Sutton. Cortland didn't come down with it, but Sean has to love that play call. 3 more runs for a touchdown. I'd like it. I think I might like a Bo Nix touchdown throw here, just because of the national narrative, but I loved it when Bo was in the MVP hunt, and now no one's talking about him again. But I guess we can just enjoy our little secret of Bo Nix for one more season, because I think everyone will be talking about him soon. Yeah, it is crazy. Last time Sean played backup quarterback at the Chiefs, we won 38-0. So punch it in here, boys. Let's go. Punch it in. 2nd and goal, minute 55. Chiefs do have 2 timeouts, but they haven't moved the ball at all today on us. So Bo run for a touchdown, I'd take that. Yeah, I don't think we get cute here. They haven't moved the ball. You don't need to eat clock. Get in the end zone as soon as you can. This is a nice play design here with Prentice and Harvey. Little belly run here. He's going to be short. But my man, Josh Hendrickson, 6804. Thanks for becoming a YouTube member. Appreciate it, my man. Appreciate it. At this holiday season, y'all have been showing up today for sure. So another timeout burned, 3rd down here. And you need a creative play design here. Absolutely not. If they do, I'm going to lose my mind. We don't even have to worry about it, though, Jay's joint, because the Broncos are scoring right now. I guess now their chances of going 70 yards or 60 yards here. We don't even have to worry about it though, because the Broncos are scoring right here. One of the things I love about it being on Amazon Prime is that we all are watching it at the exact same time. Whereas when I've done live streams before, all my Colorado peeps get it a little faster than I get it over YouTube TV. So I'll like see in the chat, oh, we scored. So I do like that we're all seeing it. Oh, Bo Nix rolling right. Oh my goodness. I thought it touchdown. Have yourself a merry little Nixmas, and we beat the refs and we beat the Chiefs and get out of here with all of the doubt on this team, because the Denver Broncos are stinking good. My goodness. Sharon, our girl here, thank you so much for the $1.99. It is a tutty. Wow. RJ Harvey is a pass catcher, leading all rookies with 12 total touchdowns this season, I believe. What was his back foot in? Dude, and that is a, oh yeah, his back foot was definitely in. My goodness. Well, my kids are a floor up for me, and I may have just woke them all up with that, but goodness me. All right. Let's go. Wow. Wow. And the fact that Nick Bonito is not in any of the, or not Nick Bonito, RJ Harvey is not in any of the rookie of the year conversations is just ridiculous. Like he leads all rookies with touchdowns. That's the biggest metric you can have. And he was splitting carries with J.K. Dobbins and yet still has that 12 touchdown mark. That's crazy. And Bo Nix, Merry Nixmas, as you coin, Mr. Phantom, is better than your favorite quarterback. Well, he can't be, because he is my favorite quarterback. But yeah, for the national media, he absolutely is better than your favorite quarterback. All you got to do is think of how different this game would be without drops, and think of the dudes that he's throwing it to. Like I love our receivers because of who they are as people, but every other receiver you watch today, you're watching CeeDee Lamb, you're watching George Pickens, you're watching Amon St. Brown, Justin Jefferson. He does not have that type of talent on this team. And look at what he's doing. He's led your Denver Broncos to 13 wins as a second-year player. And he is stinking good, and the world knows that now. And they're just going to continue to learn more about him as now Sean Payton can build this team around him. And it's just wildly, wildly exciting. Doug Baker, 5269 Broncos. Let's go, my man. Thank you so much for all your Christmas generosity on the channel tonight, guys. It means a ton to me. What a fun nightcap on a great Christmas. I said it in the intro. Broncos clinching the playoffs 2 weeks ago. Felt like Christmas came early, and now here we are at 11 Eastern time, 9 Mountain time. Christmas is going late with the Broncos sweeping of the Chiefs. If I had have asked you last Christmas, hey, would a cool Christmas gift for you be the Broncos being 13-3 and sweeping the Chiefs, and two of their 3 losses were on last-second field goals, and Bo Nix has gotten better than he was last year? Would you have been like, it's going to be my best Christmas ever? Yes, you would have. And so breathe that in, because that's how good this team is. Kansas City Chiefs almost having as many penalty yards as they had real yards. And by every metric you can possibly look at, the Broncos dominated this game. Time of possession, yards, and now in points. Like in the NFL, anything over 4 points is a big win. And the Broncos just did it against their division rival on a short week. Like most other fan bases, look at short weeks on the road as a scheduled loss. Like even their head coaches will say that. This was a scheduled loss that we just won by a touchdown. Like that's good. My Greek friend, enjoy your couple hours of sleep before you have to be up. Truly appreciate you popping on here, and thank you for the super chats. I don't know what currency Greek currency is, but I appreciate the 2 Greek euros. Perhaps they're Grecian Grecian urns. I'm not sure what they are, but I appreciate it. Glad you got a Broncos win on Christmas night all the way in Greece. What a night. What a night. All right. Clock ticking. Kelsey getting some garbage production. So, Greek Euros. Love it. Again, Kelsey again. Can you imagine the song Taylor's going to be making this year about the Broncos sweeping her boyfriend? It's going to be great. Oh, this is too good. Did you know if you look closely at the refs during the Chiefs games, they have Patrick Mahomes lipstick on their cheek? That is good. That is good. All right, third down. Get her off my screen. Because we are never, ever, ever winning the AFC West again. That's one of her newest songs, I think. Does she sing Wrecking Ball? I came in like a... Because that's what Bo Nix just did to their season. He came in like a wrecking ball. 3rd and 1 here. 1 minute, 17 seconds left. And they got 60 yards to go here. While you're handoff here, they're going to be on the 40. Broncos obviously did not see a run coming there. Oh, man, Talanoa. Oh, that stinks. After losing Brandon Jones, we need Hufanga to be okay. Him popping up makes me feel a little better about it because especially now we have 10 days before we play the Chargers. But the weird thing about this game against the Chargers is it might be less than 10 because if the Chargers win this week against the Texans, which I don't think they'll do, we'll probably get our game flexed from Sunday into Saturday. So that would make it just a 9-day break, but it'd make the Chargers break shorter as well. Definitely not a pretty game, but this is a divisional opponent on the road, short week, really, really banged up. The Chiefs are going to be the team everyone talks about with injuries, but we're down our starting safety, our starting center, our starting inside linebacker, our best slot receiver. So Krampus Kelsey, I like that too. Oh, man. Which cheeks are they kissing? That is good. All right. Minute left. Benito, this is your time, dude. Jade Barron cannot hang with Kelsey. I promise you the Evan Ingram pass interference. I promise you if we see a replay of this, Travis Kelsey will do the same thing to him. They're on the 29-yard line here with 43 seconds left. And he's going to... Benito makes a tackle at the 20-yard line. This is ridiculous, you guys. 34 seconds left. I think right before they snap, you need to call a timeout. I guess they spike it. 25 seconds left. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. The defense has come through every time we need them to. They will right here. Oh, my heart. I was going to be able to go to bed after this, and now I'm wired because I'm really nervous. Dude, because like you want to talk about NFL being scripted, Travis Kelsey on a game-winning touchdown if they go for it for 2 on his last game in Kansas City, that would make me wonder. All right, Kansas City, that should be a 10-second runoff. That should be a 10-second runoff if you have a delay a game. Right? That should be a 10-second runoff. Oh no, the clock was stopped because they spiked it. All right. 3rd and 8 here. Hey, Nick Benito, this is your time, bro. This is your time. End it. strip it and run through the tunnel because it's over. Pat Surtain was on Travis Kelce there. 4th and 8. Oh, man, guys, this is too much. One more play. 20 seconds left. This is it. Yeah, if there's one more injury, and there would be a 10-second runoff. All right, as long as they're not calling defensive pass interference on us here, if you're going to call defensive pass interference, watch Benito get held on this play. Promise you it's going to happen. 4th and 8. Singleton's coming. No, he goes with his back. Oh, the Denver Broncos have swept the Kansas City Chiefs and are 13-3 and in first place in the entire NFL and in first place in the AFC West. Everything is out in front of us, you guys. Amazing. What a way to end our stinking Christmas. Merry Nixmas. The Chiefs couldn't beat us either time this season. The refs couldn't beat us. This is good. Oh, it was way too close, but that was the flukiest game you've ever seen, and a win is a win, and it doesn't matter if you beat them by 100 points or you beat them by 1 point. That the Broncos are 13-3 and we're undeniable right now, and everything's in front of us. I love the glazing of the Chiefs for Herb Street there to be like, look how close this was, and it was 10 yards away. But we'll take it. Bo Nix come from behind win. Moves into NFL history as one of the winningest quarterbacks over his first 2 seasons, and we've seen nothing yet. Like, truly, everything is out in front of us. What a night, guys. This was an absolute blast being with all the guys and gals tonight on Christmas. Merry Nixmas, as Mr. Fantov taught us. Massive shout out to all my regulars in here. Truly appreciate it. Mr. Fantov, my Fort Collins friend, thank you so much. Absolutely shout out to the best moderator in the business who kept the bots at bay. I think I saw him in there a couple times. He just smashed them like the Broncos smashed the Chiefs. Sharon, as always, thank you. Tons of super chats tonight. Truly appreciate it. And it makes it easy to work on Christmas with all y'all. So amazing night. Going to be an awesome week of content here. Got probably like my least favorite content creator in the universe was Michael Darcy, but he's humbled now. The one who's not humbled at all is NFL Mike. We got a video planned for this week because he thinks the Chargers are going to come in and win the division. I promise you they're not. So thank you for everything, guys. Hope you had a very Merry Christmas. And we'll catch you all this week on the channel. And yeah, if you're watching on the live stream, smash that like and subscribe button, and appreciate you all so much. Woo! Let's go. 13 and frickin'